fans and friends of Mr. Nanchop. I am welcoming you to this special edition of Amber Voice with Mr. Nanchop. Now, I know there have been a lot of noise on the social media as pertaining to our revolution. There have been a lot of happenings. There have been a lot of things, occurrences and the rest. And, I am very conscious of how I get involved in certain things, and taking into consideration that I always want to maintain a level of truthfulness in my reportings. Sometimes it might delay because I'm still doing some findings, right? I told you I don't want to be the first person to report. I want to be the first person to report the raw facts, the truth, And one of the reasons we've seen a lot of people do a lot of negative and false reporting in this our liberation fight is because they are so excited about the news, but they are not interested in the details. And that's the difference with Mr. Nanchop and the Amber Voice platform. We are more concerned about the why, how, when. We have a lot of questions. I remember a few days ago my dad called me. There was an incident that happened, and he was talking, and I was quiet. I said, no, Daddy, listen. There are a lot of questions you're not answering, and you've not asked. No, but I said, no. And then for a while, he thought and stood quiet. And then I was asking him some questions to the things he was saying, and he was like, you are right. Oh my God, I never thought that. I never saw it that way. It's my nature. I'm not that excited about information. I really want to be considerate, understanding, because if you can get the motive, the details about the occurrences that led to an event, you can always judge, in context. Now you can be a fair judge, and that's what we need in this revolution. And believe me, fellow Amazonians, for too long in this revolution, in this our freedom fight, we've been moved by the external things, by the things that don't matter, just because they're emotional, right? Well, before I come into that, I want to say welcome to my platform. Welcome to today's edition of Amber Voice. Now, please, I'm not going to repeat this. I'm just going to say it once. Make it a habit to click on the share button and invite someone. Now, as you can read on the screen, I shall be talking about two key things. One, the rise and fall of Ayeke. And I'm going to use Ayeke in my keynote presentation of today to address a lot of things in this revolution. Now, I'll bring to you a lot of things most of you don't know. There are things that have been happening. I've been active passively in the last days, reading comments, posts from many people. And almost all of you have commented or written something about Ayeke. If you noticed, I only wrote today about Ayeke. And there is a fact I brought out. I don't know how many of you read that post, but I will expatiate that particular point on this show. So you don't want somebody to miss that. Definitely no. Nevertheless, I want to say our great fighters and warriors at Ground Zero, kudos 21 gun salute to you, my beloved fathers and mothers, the beautiful people of the beloved nation of Amazonia. I am expressing my love and gratitude to you. I want to appreciate you for your consistency, for our collective resolveness that we've decided we won't give up. We shan't. We won't stop. We are not going to give in, because we know that better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. And we know that which awaits us at the end, because he that endureth to the end shall win. I told you this is a war of endurance. So with that being said, I want to welcome you to today's edition of Amber Voice, fellow Amazonians, ladies and gentlemen. And as I said, we shall be discussing two key things. First of all, we shall be talking about the rise and the fall of General Ayeke of late. And secondly, we shall also be talking about, I shall be responding to Ayok Julius Tabe. And I believe most of you might share the same opinion with me when I come into that particular topic. Now, without wasting your time, I think we are close to 300 people watching right now on Facebook, and I think I have no more reasons to keep you waiting. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Amazonians, first of all, it's a very sad thing. Should we lose anybody in this fight for freedom, independent of their political affiliations, their group relations and whatsoever, one thing is certain: if we lost any Amazonian, not to talk of a general and a fighter, we are having a great loss. Now, I want to approach this issue from the social aspect, from the aspect of a brother, from the aspect of a father, from the aspect of a concerned Amazonian citizen. You know, we are all related somehow. There are a lot of things that binds us in common in this revolution, and it's wisdom to focus our strength on those things, you know, and we can look at the mistakes and correct those errors so as to give what? A better future for us and the other fighters. Now, I'll focus on a lot of things about Ayeke, and I'll bring to you a lot of secrets that most of you never knew, and I'll play some audios that most of you have never heard about Ayeke. Ayeke. Who is Ayeke? Let me put this on the screen. Let's go straight to the point. And now, General Ayeke of Lade, a brave Amazonian, a wonderful patriot, someone who stood up courageously to fight the enemy. Yes, and I repeat, to fight La République du Cameroun, the perpetrator of genocide in the British Southern Cameroons. He did it. He stood up because, I mean, and I'm going to walk us through the lane of his history, so that we understand what happened to Ayeke. When did he transform? When did he become changed? How? Who did it? Who manipulated him? What was the purpose? What was the assignment? And what led to the death of Ayeke? My name is Mr. Nanchob. I'm the no-nonsense man of the revolution. Brothers and sisters, I am the German steel. I told you, if there is anything that we want to stand against the Amazonian independence or our freedom fight, we shall crush it down. We have the ability to do so. Ladies and gentlemen, let's focus and talk about our brother Ayeke. No, first of all, let me clear up the confusion about his name. You know, some call him Ayenke. Well, that's the one I just noticed that it's a traditional name, I guess, you know, from Lebi-Alem County. Ayeke or Ayeken, Ayenke. Where, you know, we Africans, we have difficult names, right? Sometimes they all are traditional names that have different meanings. Well, you might choose to call him Ayeke, Ayenke, or Ayeke. That's fine, and I'm not going to change that. But I choose to call him on this show Ayenke because that's the recent corrected pronunciation I got. I might be wrong, but let me stick to that. Just permit me do, please. Now, to my fellow brothers and sisters from the Lebi-Alem County, we all know that in the past years, close to 2 years now, there have been a lot of challenges in the Lebi-Alem County, and many other counties can relate to that. We've had the general challenges where, and I'm going to address this detailedly, where we see that out of the inherent human nature keeps popping up. You will see greed, pride, boastfulness, seek for this power mongering spirit will always want to show up at a certain time, and we see disloyalty, pride, arrogance creeps into the hearts of men, and then they want to carry up themselves above the cause. Pride comes before a fall. Even the Bible says that. And Ayeke was a victim of such. I'm going to elaborate that in a few moments from now. But Ayeke, I encourage his braveness, because when I see the way most of our brothers and sisters are dying, I feel like Ayeke deserves a lot of praise, because at least he stood to fight. At least he's one of those. Think about it. We have a lot of brothers and sisters in the beasts, in the armies of Dictator Biya, deep in their hearts. they are not in accordance with what they are doing. They don't love what they are doing, but they are not bold enough and courageous enough to step out. You see, but Ayeke at least did that. He at one point noticed that he should step out of Dictator Biya's control of command. So he decided to join his brothers and to protect our mothers and sisters who were victims of genocide. So I commend him for that and I praise him for that. Now, we all know that Ayeke became part of the Red Dragons, the strongest force, the strongest Ambazonian restoration force in Lebi Alem County. Ayeke became part of it, and we know that Ayeke worked together under the command of General Field Marshal or Major General Field Marshal for close to 2 years. So Ayeke was working with General Field Marshal. Now, let's look at it. I just commended him for his good courage, for his desire, and I want to say this, brothers and sisters, listen, any one of my brothers and sisters at Ground Zero, we all must become restoration fighters. I bet you. We all, it's a must. You have no choice. When La Republic goes around killing people, they don't care if you are part of the restoration fighters or not. They are just shooting and killing you. Mostly when they discover you are a man of stature, you are energetic, you are brave, you portray a sign of danger to them. So you are their target. Look at what happened in Lesoka a few weeks ago. You see, La Republic feels intimidated when they see our brave men and women parading the streets of Ambazonia. So they will shoot every man. And we have brothers and sisters. I know of armies, soldiers, people who are in prisons. They are lamenting them for nothing. They never committed a crime. And most of them will say, I wish I had joined the restoration fighters. At least I would have killed some Ekelebes before I'm here. Right now I am here, I've committed no crime, and I'm dying. I don't know when I'm going to leave this place. I wish I would have been out there fighting. Remember, he who fights has a chance to win, but he who does not fight has lost. And this is why I commend Ayeke. But something happened along the line. By the way, before I go into that, let me play an audio from Ayeke. I'm going to play a short audio. Now let's listen to this keenly. I want us to listen to Ayeke and get what came out from his own mouth, what he was saying. Let's just get, I think it's a very long audio, but I'm going to keep it short. Let's just get this.
You see here, now General Ayeke of Red Dragon, now in this way stand up. General Ayeke, where he just leave Red Dragon and he here with some of the soldiers where he don't decide to work with them for free, LBLM, for this kind of ballon we probably I don't bring out for we. General Ayeke, I want to talk with you. People they talk say don't leave Field Marshal. Yes, I don't know whether I don't leave Field Marshal with bad intention or not. Why you don't leave Field Marshal? Talk me all Ambazonian people the year.
General Ayeke, this assistant commander for Red Dragon. We don't decide for leave the Red Dragon and Field Marshal. With so many reasons. I salute all Ambazonian citizens abroad and home. What you I would try for tell Ambazonian people and say, when they try for no one thing, this war not been a some particular person war. And me for fight this war and free the land, I not must stay for the same place with Field Marshal. I not must live for the same bed with you. But it will make me surprised. I want to come out for camp. I know we come on now with some bad pain. My problem, I want to come out for camp because the governing system, we don't really over be poor. When you talk something, they need to consider. Till we know past man, you say mu do so before you work out. They use my power. And I tell them, say war not be power. I will tell them, I tell Field Marshal in particular, say the BRM is divided into 3 subdivisions. You have Lebang, you have Alo, and Wabane.
Okay, now this audio of from Ayeke has a lot of powerful information that we all need. Now, let me break this thing down for us to understand. You know, Satan the devil was once a great angel in heaven. And he was praised by a lot of people. The other angels came to him and said, man, you are a good musician. He had so much glory. But something happened to him. His heart became polluted. Satan became deceived by the praise or the praises people were giving him, or other angels were giving him. And then he thought to himself, oh, now I have so much praise. I think I'm at the level of God. He was deceived by his own thought, the inherent nature of man, where pride and boastfulness comes in. Listen to what Ayeke said. And this is a key message for all of us. I said this particular show today, every fighter must get it. Listen, I want all the counties, you must make sure your fighters get this video, because the things I'm saying here is applicable to every general and every fighter at Ground Zero. Every county fighter or defense team must get this particular message. So, this is Ayeke fighting under great field marshal. Now, listen to what he said. You just got what he said. He said, too much control, too much power. I tell field marshal, say, this war no be power. How can you listen to that? That was an expression of ignorance, though, because every war is power. Listen, when you fight war, you need power to fight war. But Ayeke, if you continue and we go continue, you go hear how Ayeke talk, say, if you don't tire for being led, I mean, if you don't reach a point where you say, if you know too much. So, no other man will not know Rishi, fi control like field marshal. And you hear he go further for discredit field marshal, insult field marshal, push himself up. This is a problem in this revolution. Because Ayeke was part of the Red Dragon, and we know say the Red Dragon be loyal to the interim government, and the Red Dragon, they get a structure inside Libya with the function. See, lesson number one: no man will ever protect you than your people. No man. You now see why the county by county, the LGA by LGA structure be so effective, and it's one of the best things we fit do for this revolution, because you be in your county, in your area, and we can maintain a structure of command. Ayeke be the second in power after field marshal. But Ayeke, at one point, I mean, imagine saying a field marshal for close to 2 years, they work together. At one point, Ayeke decided to no, anyone be again under the command, and that was the beginning of his fall. He said anyone be in command. Now, the fact say anyone be under the command for field marshal, no be problem. Normally, sometimes, I mean, the truth I say, we don't get a problem with that. So a situation arises, some person thinks where, you know something, more separate. If you read Bible, Lord, where he be done under the grace of Abraham, he decides he wants to be separated. But a motive of separation from Abraham be so wrong. I want to know what happened for Lord and the family. Now see, so now the same thing will happen for Ayeke. Ayeke be there under the chain of command, and surely if the field marshal there under the, be over here, all the command, all the power, because you go hear he complain about field marshal and so many other things. He gets the only, I mean, say he get a bitterness against field marshal. And that one lead will break out. So if it break out from field marshal, not with a good mind, but with a negative motive. Surely, some people don't call Ayeke, tell Ayeke, say, listen, why you work with field marshal? Come out, you be great general, you be great B, you don't fight war, you get experience. Come out, go do your own thing. Go be your own master. How you want to be under Ayeke? How you want to be under Chris Anu and you bother them? Somebody don't deceive you. Somebody don't praise you too much. Say you Ayeke, big B like you don't fight for naught. You don't fight war. You get all this experience. You want to be under another man? No, go be your own boss. You know the worker like that. Listen, military, not dictatorship. Look all the military in the world. Soldiers and they take na command. There is no politics in the military. Check the whole world. Check all army, all soldiers of the world. They operate now on command. That's dictatorship. When they give them a command, say do this, they do it. Now when they swear in for a purpose. Inside military, you know, the people say, okay, now one go attack, more vote, more one therefore go attack, one therefore no go attack. You know this so. When you start here, I complain with the game against the Red Dragons and against Field Marshal. You know, say he had them be corrupted. The question is, who corrupted him? The question is, how did he get there? The question is, what happened to Ayeke? Today we all are crying the demise of Ayeke. We all are crying, we cry the death of Ayeke. Yes, it's a sad thing. And it's a sad thing for us Ambazonians. But I'm coming. I have a message for La Republique. I'm coming to that. But let's look at what happened to Ayeke. And how can our other fighters and generals learn from that situation? How can Ambazonia as a nation profit from this fall? What can we correct so that such a mess and such an evil will not repeat itself again in this fight for liberation? Brothers and sisters, Ayeke had become corrupt. The enemies, when I look at Issa Lebi Alem, a lot of confusion below DB. So some people then they don't get access for Ayeke. They start confusing that they give Manumale Magomago Tori. It can make Ayeke go out of the Red Dragons. He take himself off that shield and umbrella from the county. Now think about it. If Ayeke be left the Red Dragons, but is still by some means they're under the shield of the county and of the interim government, people will not for be it for depend on how he live. Listen, and this one go for all one of the generals them. If you get under another general, may you have no camp pops on certain time, you feel be wiser than that general. You feel be more intelligent than your major general. But humility, you need them for live long, for life. Humility go make you go live long for this life. Because even if Ayeke be one go out, Ayeke for use wisdom. Talk say, Papa, you be my papa. Make me another camp. Make me I go be for there. I go still be under. He go be your own boss for that new camp. Maybe Field Marshal will tell you, okay, I go open you camp for this side. Be boss. Do what you want to. Be control. But Field Marshal will still be over here. You know, means Field Marshal will control your daily life. But because some people they don't corrupt Ayeke, they make he look Field Marshal now like a nothing. He own boss, so he don't be own patron for 2 years. Ayeke had don't grow like how Satan he had to grow against God. He look less, he feel now say he don't arrive. Listen to what he come up in when I hear.
But Field Marshal, he be talk say Red Dragon of the whole BLM. But since I don't be with for close to 2 years, you know we don't plan war for inside our law or inside Wabani. All my own people them are law, Wabani, plenty day for butchers, they run. We call our republic where they don't chop all the land. Anytime I say move go for the fight, they deny the focus now for one place. One thing again we make our command go after spending close to 2 years with Field Marshal. Blackmailing, dictatorship. I mean, don't see say one government don't be more dangerous than.
You get her? I don't make it very clear. And I want me the message go for all the other generals who want to hear me. Listen, military not dictatorship. Yes, when you're general, sometimes your overall general will be slow in action. But all in the equivalent for military say strategizing. You know, for overget zeal when you don't get knowledge. If you see Ayeke, I say Ayeke was not a bad guy. Because if you hear he talk, you read from his words, you'll see a young man where he begins zeal. Ayeke be willing for fight. He begins zeal. Ayeke be that kind of person if you tap it for night. So, oh boy, go down, go fight. He was always willing to fight, which is something good. But he began knowledge and wisdom. Zeal without wisdom, they lead you to your early grave. I repeat, zeal without knowledge and wisdom, they lead you to your early grave. So I come back to the first point. Ayeke be under the shield of the interim government. It be under the shade of Red Dragons. Which means all the people for Libya and all them know. So they be protected. You see, ask yourself a question. See, until 100 years to come, inside Libya, even if La République take all their soldiers, they take France, they take all French country army, they send inside Libya, they know if you get Field Marshal. You know why? It is simple. And I'll tell you the thing. Field Marshal is a man of the people. Field Marshal is a man of the people. And even the Red Dragons already did it. Because of their chain of command, the way they function. You see, it go hard for you to break so you get to Field Marshal easily. And I will show you now what led to the early death of Ayeki in a very short moment. But I want to know what other generals want to learn from this. If it be, you can't say you get too much zeal for work. Maybe the major general you do under you. When they flow that way, wisdom. No separate from your other brother with enmity. For the war will they fight because we get now one enemy and all will they fight at the same enemy. We are destined in a one. No ever separate from your own brother when a general in the form of fight, of argument. When I fish shit down, permit me to move eyeglass. Even I know to see when I find bed, I will talk and also when I see me. You fish shit down, you get your brother. When they are big general, you do under you. When they argue on strategies, tell you say, brother, papa, you my papa. I want me to be my own camp. I go to do things, I go fight. I will be under your command. I cannot be ever see that if you don't lose that respect for Field Marshal. And I will show you very soon when I will hear the things where they come out from up. How is yourself when I don't see those videos and audios where I can go as far enough for start threatening Field Marshal, saying go kill Field Marshal, and I will turn away to happen because Ayeki was not like that. He go through a metamorphosis with the deceive you, and I want them deceive you. I will expose them for this show. My name is Mr. Natural. Would it go to the root of the matters? But I want to take them softly because I want all my brothers in Fuganzuro, whether they fight, may them get this message and may them learn. See, when I see what happen for Ayeki, something that they come and say propaganda in war. You see, when La République qui Ayeki, see what they do? They take their body for parade them, for show them, for make some kind of show. They caution. Now, La République do play a game that want psychologically beat and defeat the other generals them. That was a message when La République be try to pass them for other generals them. But I'm telling you something. If you are a general watching me, if you listen to this what I tell you today, you will ever fall like Ayeki. Because I will give you the reasons to make Ayeki fall, the things that will make Ayeki fall, the errors of Ayeki. Don't forget when they talk about the rise and fall of Ayeki. If you learn from this I want to talk today, you will live to till you old. You will learn from the mistakes of Ayeki. And wait to make Ayeki fall. Ayeki was to be alive up to today. Even though the girl would die, Ayeki won't die. Now he find him. Now he cause him. If you notice in the past weeks then, tell me any general for the revolution where it don't be so vocal, it don't become a talkative for social media, where it make so many audios and videos almost every week as compared to Ayeki. Check it well. You notice and say for the past months then, Ayeki don't become a person where every week it reduce an audio. Check it. It always, almost every 2 weeks, it remove a new video or an audio. It always come out vocally for talk to the public. Because pride, for you now, this war, it don't become a showbiz. Ayeki start good. It will be concentrated. It will be the work. How many of them have been Ayeki? Time we don't have Field Marshal for 2 years. How many of them have been see? When I remember, say, sometime the way La République, they go kill some soldier. One person under Red Dragons, they can't put them out. I think 2 years ago, they said they don't kill the second in command for Red Dragon. When La République be the celebrate, when Field Marshal tell Ayeki may make a video for condemn her. When I remember that video, why it be happen so? Because when only be the see all this nonsense, Ayeki be they protected under the Field Marshal. it will be protected under the umbrella of the Red Dragon, under the umbrella of the people of Lebialem. If they look for the brothers and sisters, for this revolution, you know if you do without your people, and you know if you do without the blessings of your people. And it comes to that. But Ayeke, we don't do for 2 years. We need to see a video. We don't even know you, only hear my name. But you see, say before Ayeke one die, the man becomes so. I mean, he fight more for popularity than against La Republique. For Ayeke, it don't become a challenge. He want to show, say he passed Field Marshal, his own boss, his former boss. We don't feel with pride. Where anything you want to do, he want challenge Field Marshal. He come out the order, they make a video. He challenge Field Marshal. Ayeke want lift up himself as the King Kong of Lebialem. See something happen. Me and you will not say, on the 1st of October 2020, La Republique we don't send so many thousands of armies them inside Lebialem with a key assignment for track down Field Marshal. How many of you see Field Marshal come out on the 1st of October? Go march. You just say he not do am now because say he not get the power. You just say he not do am now because say he not fit do am. But sometimes in life, wisdom will help you to make you live longer. Oh, you don't see you see the people them and the enablers where they don't play with La Republique for set trap against Field Marshal. The toxicity. They say why Ayeke not come out? I mean they say why Field Marshal not come out on the 1st? Oh, Field Marshal not be fight again. Field Marshal not be general again. All those things are now provocative statement where if you been a person where you get pride inside you want come out for can show. So what are they talking about? Are they? Then the enemy go trap you down. Sometime there for life where you go solo your pride, you apply wisdom just because you want to live longer. Now, Tinawe Ayeke failed for applier. And I will tell you why in a short moment. Why? In a short moment. But you see, Ayeke, he not be wise the way he act. He be don't over pride, be don't feel inside heart. Now, he don't see this thing as a matter of showbiz. Every week he make video, he back, he lift up his chef, he coach people, he insult people. He don't start make himself too high. Now he don't make himself now an enemy, an offensive enemy against his own brother and boss, forgetting to know that them they fight for the same thing, them they fight the same enemy. As a matter of fact, if you see the amount of videos where Ayeke make them against Field Marshal, audios and videos, it be equivalent or even more than the one we make them against La Republique. Ask yourself that question: why? This takes us to the next question. Why? Why? So the question is, what did not happen for Ayeke? This was a wonderful brother. Where he work with with Field Marshal and the Red Dragons. Where he be so zealous, a strong man. He be willing for fight. Ayeke was a warrior. Yes, he was a warrior. So what did happen for a warrior spirit? Deception. Deception. Now, I'm not going into details, but I'm giving away to correct for no, or when it be necessary for Ambazonians for no. When I don't hear about the National Army Plan, I don't want to go into history. When I don't hear about, now I relate this to something. You see, Ayok Tabe Julius, most of them don't know he. Some of them are the wrong number for social media. And when they talk left and right, when I don't know nothing, in fact, about Ayok Tabe and the level where if he go, when I know the level where every Tato and the rest of them, they fit go for maintain power. Okay. The ideology behind the National Army, I tell you now, I don't know. Ayok don't see say, he don't lose relevance. He don't play a lot of games and he don't feel. He na a surrogate boy and tribesman, a poem, Eric Tato. The answer say ADF, I about the talk because at least he get 20 or 30 fighters for ground. They don't get fighter. They don't so try to fight the interim government, fight Dr. Sako. Inside them, they know that they fight a lost battle. They don't try. Now while they try, they make attempt for confiscate the counties, infiltrate them, do so many things they are always failing. They come up with the ideology. So you know something? More will try to make it an army where if we get an army, even if Sako take Liberty Chubuya, we will use our army for destabilize it. So the ideology of the National Army, now a devilish ideology, because it be originated from a negative motive. Listen, anything where any person did do for their life, no matter how good it sounds, if it be done out of negative motive, in fact, Bible put them in the best way, said, if it be done out of greed, evil, wickedness, jealousy, malice, say that thing not be associated with it. The original intention was out of negativity. Hence, what is that happen? These guys will not work. Okay, when I hear some time film, I shall talk how Ayok Tabe calling. I play for my show here. So how Ayok Tabe will be inside prison? He call film marshal. Apart of that, when I hear Eric Tato they talk, he did not say he be the commander of the highest army in Ground Zero. Which army? When I ever see him, it's a plan work. Now it wants to deceive the international community and the world. Say he didn't command, because now what's that with that about them? It's a show beast to them. They want that relevance. They feel so when they shout, the make noise for social media, people go believe them. But wait till a big take place with gun. Now a bit different. That's what happened for the 1st of October. The ARFs then command and they decide they will carry the flag for who will be their leader. I'm coming to that though. So now this National Army and the West, I don't want to go into the history, because you see, even after all this thing, it is still one for fight, it want to follow a pride for doing things by itself, but now it don't become corrupted, because the way activists in the video revolution, Ayeke they talk with them, he be talk with them closely. One of them, now Dong Emmanuel, where they question Capo Daniel. Well, I know ask me how, but I get all their communication done. Number 2, now Eric Tato. Number 3, now Tapang Ivo. Even though Ayeke and Tapang Ivo they get communication to a certain degree, it become break out, because Ayeke no one work for ADF. And when I hear Ayeke we make an audio for talk against them, I play that audio when I hear.
Yeah, I be lost your voice. I be here you be go talk to ATF.
I will just say ADF is a set of propaganda makers. When they fight on strong past them, they remain cash fighters now for air claim saying that they are fighters.
Yeah.
For make their propaganda on air for nothing. For take people their money put them for their pocket saying that they are fighters.
Yeah. Now the thing that General Ayeke, I tell you the truth there. You see, that is fine. ADF they cause a lot of problem. They be very poor. The whole Ground Zero here. No group need cause atrocity like ADF. They are only the worst. Now the reason that way is I don't say I not be ever work with them, and I know ever work with them, because if I have been that kind of small person, where they enter this world because of poverty, or because of how we being founded, that people they for don't buy me. But I can never sell my dignity. Yeah.
I be enter this fight for liberate Amazonia. So ADF not fit ever. If we don't do all kind of things, promise me weapon money, I tell them say I cannot be out of that. My mission not be for all that nonsense. I've been surprised for years they go again live shows. Don't say ADF don't come for you. Now really see I give that audio they want them. That's more than the 4th time I want ADF for the talks I want with them.
Say now the same thing when they don't do for Menchum now, they go take some of their boys and whether na for side to they make and they don't print tricot them, they write them for back that tricot say.
Okay. I think share one of this audio for one time, because I get plenty audios because of time I no play all. But from this audio, when I get the message, Ayeke says the talk how ADF don't put you under pressure. Tapang Ivo don't do one. In fact, one other communicator where they be using for put you under pressure for work with now Capo Daniel, this guy waiting for Asia. As a matter of fact, Capo Daniel and this guy they get a good communication for a period of time. Their aim be being for say may this guy become a worker for them. Then when Eric Tato come up with their ideology of National Army, he will not first get contact with this guy. He to reconnect again now their ideology. The one lady man become their so-called general for National Army or whatsoever. But along the line, I'm going to tell you something. Ayeke, they don't go astray. And Ayeke, it come into contact with so many people. Because one, I know if you blame all these boys, none of all them go school. So none of all them know how to reason for protect themselves. Now, imagine some one thing. When I discover and say, when they kill General Ayeke, when I see their body, what it come for your mind? When I see any connection or any relation for the way General Ayeke die and the way General Ivo die, anything blow thing for the mind. We say General Ivo be die. When I answer me, Ambazonians, my just action some few questions will blow up on the mind. We say General Ivo be die, now for instance, me no. We say when I see the display their body, no, but inside me. No, inside me, right? Okay. Another similarity. General Ivo die. No, na he won the show. When General Ayeke die, na he won, right? So you want tell me say General Ivo Mba, be get accomplished them, or you want tell me say General Ayeke no be get accomplished them? Why it be see the death of these two people, two generals, be so similar? General, say he died on a battlefield. About the death of Ayeke be so mysterious. Now they don't tell plenty stories, right? They tell say Ayeke died because he got captured some people then La Republic can rescue the people that he killed. Now so I believe. Many of them believe that story. Now some three people that know they in connection. We put them for screen and see them. I want put them for screen. Okay. The one I say, they one in fact they did on TV generals. You get General Diamond. Okay, you get so one Isa Manu. Na Orok, he own name na Ebola, General Ebola. Many of them don't know them. And then you get Ayeke. I know I'm going into the detailed story, but something will happen Isa Manu, where it bring us to the knowledge of how corrupt some of the boys them don't become through their connections there. And it start happen when they get connection with Eric Tato and Ayoko. I will come detail into that. Man given a clear statement. The death of General Ayeke, it not be a normal death. Even though Ayeke don't get his hand into a lot of dirty things, the simple explanation I think given a papa and mommy them. Ayeke is dead. It come one of the results now out of a disagreement with the people them for the so-called National Army, Eric Tato. Ayeke they sell it out purposefully. Even though Ayeke we get affiliation with some La Republic people where I go play some audio them on a year, where some of them never hear when I go shock. When I go hear which you come off Ayeke more before one day, I don't understand. I get archives. When I listen, man, play I'm software. But one of the things we make elite, Ayeke so 80 of them if I forget it, me work under them. You see, number two, Eric Tato and Ayoko they don't fight for getting me work with them for the National Army plan. They don't bring Ayeke for a point where it don't become so vulnerable to fragile contacts then. People the way they be under La Republic. And now one other thing, maybe one be a special message to all our brothers and sisters. And listen, if you be general for ground zero, one of the things you must not do, you give them money for your defense department, make a gear for you. General, they don't call me. They cry. I tell them, say, okay, go for your county, I will talk with your defense man. I will give them money, make you, because I want to respect institution. I don't want to make general to get direct access to me. I don't want when a generals. Once you go make when die quick. When you don't always you see some of us activism out here, you easily want to get access to us. What about if La Republic corrupts some of you tomorrow? We sell you. I don't want, and maybe want to go for all now and listen to me. My fighters, my brothers and my sisters, listen. Ayeke don't expose himself too muchly out there. He communicate with any kind of person. Ayeke, he communicate with Eric Tato, he communicate with Tapang Ivo, he communicate with Mark Barata, he communicate with Ndom Emmanuel, they say Capo Daniel. Listen, these very people, how General Chacha die? We will learn. Before Chacha one day, we say Chacha make the same mistake. Chacha be the communicate with Tapang Ivo, Chacha be the communicate with who? Mark Barata, Chacha be the communicate with Eric Tato. We can't see the way Chacha go against all of them. You see the meet way Eric Tato Tapang Ivo, Mark Barata, they shit down in live conference. Amazonian, the video is out there. I will put this out of after this. I'll put it on my wall for you to see. You see the shit down for meeting that they planned the killing of Chacha. Tapang Ivo vex. He talk for the open. He say Chacha must die. You see Pascal Kiki make an audio. Say made a key Chacha. 3 days after that, 3 days, Chacha died. Okay, listen. Few days before Ayeke died, you discover and say Eric Tato make a show where he talk for that show. So wait, he threaten Ayeke for that show. 2 days after Ayeke died, before Ayeke one day, I'm not telling something I don't know. I received message 1 day before Ayeke died. Say Ayeke don't die. Can you imagine? Mr. Nanchop, I don't receive message say Ayeke don't die. And I remember say the person where I send a message to me, I ask him to verify the information. He say he go verify him. Before Ayeke one die, why he be say before our generals and our great generals one die? He did say some people don't know. Okay, imagine say before Mba Ivo one die, ADF didn't make another installation of his second in command. That means say they didn't make. Imagine say a general never die. Which army you don't see after the war where your general never die? They don't install another man for a place because there be no say something will happen with you. So you know if you tell me say for do a general where they die in a coincidence? No, something is happening. Something fishy there for background. Amazonia has a more open eye because at the end of the day, now we're picking them and we're border them. They die. If you be fighter for Ground Zero, I want to advise you on one thing. If you want to live long, one of the mistakes where Ayeke make him, it be the communicate with everybody. It get itself involved in the so-called, in quote, diaspora politics. It be the overshow of, if you hear see the talk, it over reveal the position, what say it will make video. Okay, yeah, now for yeah. It will be talking at the man. It will talk place where he dey. I didn't know for this village for Allah. Why you go be so specific about yourself? You did talk your village. Okay, look, the march do for 1st of October. If you look the person where they take the video, the person talk the village, the place where they march. Why will you do that? He exposed himself so much for social media, for so much for video. He exposed the place where he dey, in location. Why? Lack of wisdom. Lack of knowledge, but too much zeal. You see, it gets itself so muchly connected with this communication. It talk with everything. Now, Amazonian fighters, them, my brothers and my sisters, them. I don't tell we say some 4 people there for this revolution. I get for avoid them. Now I don't make them 4. 4 dangerous activists. Them. Eric Tato, Mark Barata, Tapang Ivo, Emmanuel Ndong, where they call it Kapu Daniel. If any of these boys them don't call you or they get your number, change your number now as you hear my voice if you want to live long. You don't discuss whenever a fighter deny for work with them, the fighter did die. Look what happened for Chacha. Look what happened for Mba Ivo. Now great warriors them. Now big fighters them. This patriotic Amazonians them. Look what don't happen for Ayeke. Why busy whenever these boys them they deny say they know how work for the boy their plans them, they go kill them. Ask yourself why. Ask yourself why. So you want live long. One of the means for avoid them now say you not just communicate with them at all. If you be a fighter for Ground Zero and you hear my voice, if you don't ever be connected or contacted by Eric Tato, Tapang Ivo, Mark Barata, if you no one die early, if you want to live long, change your number and stop that communication. Another way easily lead to the death of Ayeke. Ayeke, you know, if you don't get yourself so muchly involved in robbery and if you do bad things then. Now, here it's way, I play the video when I hear something.
No. We know. Major way to be the death of today.
29 August 2020.
Me, the Major General Diamond. You?
Major General Ayeke.
Okay. We did live super sport for Bichachi. Wobani local government area.
You see that? how you as a fighter and a general, you would expose yourself this way. Yeah, we see the talk. We there for Kuchati, for Webani local. The MC in the talk, the village should day, the place should day, and you get an enemy out there. La Republic, listen. La Republic, look. Now they know which side you did, they know the village where you did. They know the area where you did. You don't overexpose yourself. Ayeke, Diamond, you see the error what they maker. They be overexpose themselves. They be give so much information about themselves. If you look the video that they make, this video was not necessary. They will do this video for pride, for show. You know, Field Marshal, you know, ever see Field Marshal coming this kind of video. So for them, if they make this kind of video for public, they show it missing that them they in power, brothers and sisters. It not been about who they in power. It not been about how many video you feel make them send them for diaspora, send them for the world, make them know how brave and big you be. No, that is not what you are fighting for. This is not a showbiz. Look the errors where Ayeke in a Diamond be making. Look the errors. Look the way they talk. Yeah, just listen to it. Ma play 10 seconds. Give me a hear the way they talk here.
Ambazonia. Now our boys is we will send them for a mission. We send them for pass rates. They want pass for Bichati. Njan boys. For Bichati boys. They take them hostage. And more reason that way. Wait till you get to talk.
Yes. The only thing we are going for tell now. One.
A lot of showbiz, a lot of pride, arrogance. It not be necessary. It not be necessary. And one of the weakness that which will lead to Ayeke early grief. I tell you, I made the fighters the learn from which I talk today. More go for number 2. Ayeke, we don't take side against the people. Ayeke, we don't take side against the people. Now watch this.
Wow, this Bangang on fire. The whole village down into arches. You don't need this name again called Bangang inside this land. No nonsense. This is Bangang. He is just trying to tell them that no, they started something that they could not finish.
My country people then. So this
okay. Now forgive the source of the video, but now the one I'm feeling lay my hand on. If you see her, now would they fight for this revolution? Now for our people, our papa and mommy, them for protect them. Anytime where a fighter or a general, whatsoever be the reason, no matter what be the reason, I don't care what the people they do. But if you ever, as a general or a fighter, go against the people, say you don't start reduce your lifespan. Because Ayeke, we don't go this far for the put pain. Imagine saying La Republic, the camp for can't kill people. Now you as a general, so if you don't get what army, who they is Ambazonia now, you got to take an oath for swear for protect the people before you enter army. Look all the nations in the world. Before you become a police or an army or soldier, they don't say they always swear. Even when one become a president, look at when Barack Hussein Obama one become a president, they say he gave a swear. Any president, even of America, if you want to become a president, there are things where you will swear because you are for the people. But when general, first of all, he deviate away from his boss. He go away from the control of the country. He decides he want to be his own boss. He want to live his life the way he want to. He want to do things in his own way. He start go out there, they fight against the same people where you get for the protector. A general, you don't take yourself, position them against the arrow of the people. Hence, you make yourself vulnerable to the attack of the enemy. Because now that same people, say, listen, like if they go for all the bushes, we go fight, while brothers that they no play with them, David inside the bushes, that they go get and chop, take care for them. The people, now your power. The villagers them. And if it be some problem, you as a general you carry gun, they go easily listen to you. And now when I get to become the police and the coordinators of the society, even more than the chiefs, because the chiefs themselves they fear because of the weapon they want to carry on. But if we start terrorize the chief, like Ayaba Tokam, so we will cut the heads of the chiefs, we will hang your heads on the sticks. Those things it will show you the people where they brutal, they're not there for the people. How you go tell me say you fight for protect the people, you there for the people, then you talk for chief like Ayaba, they can't talk. Say you go cut chiefs the head and hang up. It shows you are not for the people. And if you see that kind of spirit and that kind of things, they represent any percentage of Ambazonia. And which are the try to talk. When you as a fighter, if anybody externally, be it for diaspora, start coordinate you, advise you for go against the people, for cut chiefs their head and hang for stick, for do things against the people, maybe you know say that person he be willing for kill you. Because today he will tell you me do am, tomorrow he tell you me do am. If he tell you after tomorrow you no want do am, he will tell me your assistant kill you. See, Ayeke, it died be connected by a lot of factors, and I will keep for the exposure. One of the errors why Ayeke make it go early grave, and I want to talk for all my fighters there, he be go against the own people. No matter which way the people then do am. Never you go against the people. Never you would hear rumors of if they kidnap people them. If I say if they make your own money, if they kidnap people them, if they do this, if they do that, how feel the claims you fight for the same people and you impute them that kind of pain? The errors of Ayeke. If you want to live long as a fighter, a general, avoid these errors then. Because now the thing and this way they bring down the fall of Ayeke. And I want to release you another big secret about Ayeke. Some of you don't know. Now, this same Ayeke, what you see for screen, as I talk, he been a great man. We don't see a lot of errors the way he make him. He exposed himself too much. We say Ayeke, he lost the desire to fight the enemy. He make na film masha he own he make na film masha he enemy. As a matter of fact, I play a short video. I just cut and short so I see him before. Man, make sure say I put all these facts with videos. Money here.
Yes. Today the 28th June 2020. We meet Major General Ayeke of the Guerrilla Fighters of Along. And come out with this strong video. And they salute all Ambazonia citizens, home and abroad. And they come out today with this video, purposely for Oliver Lukoka, alias FM. And they come out because something don't on me. I want to give a live message for Oliver. Okay. Oliver. Now me Major General Ayeke. They talk for you. Direct. And I still repeat for reply your audio. Wait, don't say if I get testis, I reply you. I don't reply you with audio. I feel say maybe you feel talk say no in my voice. If I come again with video, for tell you say na Major in person, the talk. Oliver, you and your brother Chris Anu. Because I deny I not work under una. You are not fit do me no nothing.
I want me when I get that place where this video they out there when I don't see the video, but something I want them when I get that for here. Yeah, wait to talk. If you see for the revolution, you see say some people in the way they get a strong negative mindset against Chris Anu and Oliver, a junior brother, who request a film marshal. You see say Tapang I will be showing the other day for a show. It talks say if you not see film marshal anywhere, we wanna kill you. As a matter of fact, the people where they corrupt Ayeke, where they deceive Ayeke, where they bring Ayeke down to this gullible position, the assignment when they begin to do it enough to kill Field Marshal. Ayeke they don't get the assignment even from La République for bring out Field Marshal and they kill it. If you discover, I'm saying in the past weeks, them Ayeke they don't go out on the offensive. It make always provocative videos against Field Marshal. Now the very Field Marshal I plan for your way to say na boss. The very Field Marshal they don't be na boss. The very Field Marshal they don't be na oga. In the Field Marshal they don't work for 2 years. Now the Field Marshal don't become their own very person we eat there on the chairs for killing and for compete with ye. You see say Ayeke they don't lost the spirit of Ambazonia. It be don't lost Because that Ambazonian spirit, not for you to fight against your brother or kill your brother, not for fight against your enemy. But Ayeke, it don't become that in a position where it be more concerned for challenge and kill Fimasha. Now the assignment that way people where they deceive you, they give. Now who are they? Mark Berata, Tapang Ivo, Eric Tato. Now those same people where they say they get gone, they put Fima, they put Ayokta, they put Pobia. They put Dr. Sako or Chris Anu. They go shoot Dr. Sako. They go shoot Chris Anu, the Lepobia. They don't pass that their inherent wicked nature of hatred over to Ayeke. You see now, it don't be on the move for fight Fimasha and for killing. Instead for joining me in the fight against La Republique. The origin start for Usa, their separation. How they separate. So where do we separate even for some person when I still be friends and when I work together? Normally, if everything be there fine, Ayeke was still run the camp. They were La Republique will attack Ayeke, Fimasha will send support. They were La Republique will attack Fimasha, Ayeke send support. Because all of them get a common enemy and they get a common fighter where they fight them. Or enemy and person where they fight them in La Republique. No, but because the original intent and purpose where he bring down Ayeke, now the deception where they be giving. But these boys, they don't deceive you. People don't deceive you. They twist you. Man, they talk and they say, Tapang Ivo and the agency, they don't try to give you a lot of money. They don't tell you a lot of story. Now that stories of deception that where they don't put up your mind, oh, Chris and your brother, you must kill them. Those things, those are part of those stories and deception. What get power? Which way the third person plant of a hate in the entire spirit and mind. So those things then, they don't choke Ayeke heart with jealousy, envy and hatred against a former boss, Fimasha, and against Chris Anu, where all of them do honor the LAF and the county. So Ayeke don't see himself as a small god. Anyone be controlled again. Anyone be no person directly. He must do things in your own way, getting money, making money, and they can't play on an audio. Where he gonna don't go shock if na hear that audio, which you come off Ayeke up. But before then, man, the show on the errors and the things where Ayeke be doing. Where it be externally influenced. Now I don't repeat them and I want to repeat them. If you be a general way that they externally influence you, these people them avoid it. Avoid them. Cut that contact and change your number. Every general must be under their county. Okay. Imagine say Ayeke be under a county or LGA where all them get this chain of command. If something be what happen, it happen now for Ayeke. That county they for no because of the charge. Imagine say Ayeke, look at the killing, no fight, no person, not the army. Look at Ivo. They set them up. They set them up. And for sure now, say Ayeke if you don't go away, if you don't go totally away, if you don't go enter that fight for fight your own brother instead for fight the enemy, now he let you there. Me wanna play this.
You wanna try, you wanna go see me. As when I don't already try, you wanna go see me. I declare now in between you and me, Oliver. Any place where you dey, you go see Major General Ayeke.
Yeah. So he declare fight against your own brother, the downfall. Now, in no one fight again against the Republic, but the tactical assignment when they begin Ayeke, now for kill Fimasha, now for provoke. Okay, even the 1st of October, if you might say, and I'll give you the connection, I show now the connection between Ayeke and La Republique. I want to get this audio. I play for this key audio. I don't talk when I click on the share button. Now I hear this audio. We go shock on. I want to say, people that be the engineer Ayeke where they get connection with La Republique, they don't connect Ayeke with some people inside La Republique where they don't assure you of a certain degree of security. So if you don't make Ayeke now they feel comfortable. If you now say it get too much connection and contacts the way, if you do things then, if he free. So Ayeke be the feel say if you do things then, if he free, he get the connections then, he get the contacts then. When I hear what will happen. Now here now, this is come. My play.
Yeah, Mr. Dio. Good afternoon. A king of the forest, the talk. Well, oh, I be sorry to say, once send out your guys them for come down there, Lekung. I just woke up for 4 o'clock, I go some mission. They give me now a call, tell me say they don't come down. If I tell me yesterday, no, say they saw your boys them go come down.
Now, Now Ayeke they call Dio in the talk. Who be Dio? We no say the Dios them. I put it work under La République. Ayeke they talk with a divisional officer for La République. This one will be coded language. No some person no can't say, oh, if they use a coded language or whatever. No. When I hear which they talk very well. Now ask yourself, say, why an Ambazonian fighter and general like Ayeke go to communicate with any Dio for La République? And I hear which they talk. Yeah.
I for cook chops up for them. I buy them beer. They come and entertain them. They don't come for bad hour. I come on about 4 o'clock night. I go some mission for that side for Batibo. I go to come back in 1 week's time. Latest. We talk today on Monday. Latest by next Wednesday, I go there around. Latest by next Wednesday, a day for the Kung. You come down now, they'll see me face to face. When they want to come in and make I know, I keep them chop and drinks. Yes. And you too, I tell you.
I did life.
That's the way they do, I'm so. I go move you for game if you not be very careful. Because one of our shows say you today. If you not be very careful, I tell you this thing I play. That first time, I be tell you say I not be kill you for a law because I be like him. I be tell my boys when I never may pass. I for move you for game.
When at the end, Ayeke the communicating at the Dio. He talk for the Dio say. Now, firstly, he tell the Dio say the Dio don't send he boys them. We know they around. If a cook chop for them. When I hear fine. Now Ayeke the talk so for the Dio. Now ask yourself the question, say, who be that boys them? Ayeke the talk for La République Dio say the Dio don't send the boys them we know they around. If a cook chop for them, who be that boys them? He talk with the Dio say that Dio over show. If you say the man, if you don't make sure say if you don't kill because you can't sit away pass for some place. Now he the talk when I see the talking of the Dio.
But right now, I be don't tell you say me, my interest for kill you. It not be important for me. If you only I go move you for game. Move you for game. But right now, I be don't tell you say me, my interest for kill you. It not be important for me. If you only have a be done man, I go move you for game. I get road them plenty, all side. I know have a life for key. But why over insist a key? That's what I do. No over force this thing. No be now you be declare the war. If you see say now you be declare, you can't force them.
Okay. Ma explain that talk. When I hear that statement, no overforce this thing. Ma tell something. Ayeke, we don't develop a lot of contacts now through Eric Tato and the rest them. They don't get now confident contacts them for La République. You don't understand? They don't assure you say, Ayeke, now you be the man of the hour. Chris Anu in a brother, Leke, when I feel masha, they over make more. Move them for game. Move them for game. Now you go be the general. We no one kill you. One kill now only. We know they against you. Do what you want to do. Now when I say on the 1st of October, think papa mami them. Inside the BLM, La République send soldiers all over. Where they be the wait to make FEMA shall come and the killing. FEMA shall not come out, but Ayeke come out. Because through he contacts them, if you don't feel secured, say if you do anything, it no be the target. Inside a mind that we don't brainwash you say, work with we, more key FEMA shall. No be you go, we no go kill you, we no go touch you. So no be you be the target. Yeah, I see study discussion. When I hear what you talk, yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Dio.
Mr. Who? Mr. Dio. When I hear him again, hear him. When I hear him.
Yeah, Mr. Dio. Good afternoon. A king of the forest, they talk. Well, oh. I be sorry to say, once send out your guys them for come down there, Lekung. I just woke up for 4 o'clock, I go some mission.
When I hear no. When I hear him. So, if we don't get that too much confidence and connection, we know say it get the protection for them. If you do anything, okay, move, continue.
All side. I know of our life for key. But why over insist a key? That's what they do. No over force this thing. No be now you be declare the war. If you see say now you be declare, you can't force them. You go face rebel them. Will be rebels, international rebels. All right, I just say man make a me you know. I don't hear say they don't come looking. They don't even see one amber. I go mission for night to all my guys.
Listen.
Are they bad?
Listen. He said I don't hear say them don't come licking. They never even see one amber. Hold on. Okay. For some people they go and claim say Ayeke, if they use a coded language, if they trolley tongue of some person with the inside Ambazonia fight, when I know another Ambazonian general. But here which way talk, he said I hear say you don't send your boys them, they don't come inside licking. They never even see one amber. That means say what you don't want think, what you don't want tell you. Ayeke in position, that means say the person where they talk, he call the person say GO. If you talk for a GO, say the GO don't send the boys them. If you hear say the boys don't come inside licking, they never see one amber. That means say Ayeke be in the position where they working at a certain GO for the kill ambers them. When I get the story. That means say you see them. If you talk for that person, say I'm not saying your boys they don't come. You might be tell me say them they come. I for cook shop for them. Now they don't come. I don't hear say they don't go in search of ambers them. They never see one amber. Yeah, man, repeat again when I hear them. Because from which way person they talk, you didn't know a position where stand when I hear.
Move you for game. But right now, I don't tell you say me, my interest for kill you will not be important for me. If you only have a be done man, I go move you for game. I get rid them plenty, all side. I know of a life for key. But why over insist a key? That's what they do. No over force this thing. No be now you be declare the war. If you see say now you be declare, you can't.
When I hear now, listen, Kelly, listen.
Awesome. You go face rebel them. Will be rebels, international rebels. All right, I just say man make a me you know. I don't hear say they don't come looking. They don't even see one amber. I go mission for night to all my guys. Are they bad Tibo? I go to enter back latest in a week's time. I go day back for ground. I go enter back for ground. Now all my sub general them up the war, the one for the war, their own day. Mok mingi day around. But me, my presidency by next Wednesday will go day. Perfect for ground. So thank you so much. You send me small credit for this my number. I want to read you.
Yeah, no. It talk at the end of the day say, me that Joe sending small credit for the number with the Tory we. Now think about it. You see how Ayeke don't sell himself for the enemy. Now if he believes say he get too much contact them inside the Republic, he don't become a king. Now even Gio them they pay allegiance to he because the one use it for key field marshal. You see, so since the key target be done for key field marshal and inside a heart. If you want me the key field marshal, so then he will become now the king of Libya because of pride. So if he be willing, when I see how pride will push some person for his own grave, inside his heart, even though he knows what you do, it be a bad thing. But he knows say they define an enemy, and inside he knows say when the key field marshal now he will become the king of Libya. So he decide for compromise, work with the enemy together, make the key field marshal. Now, if you talk with the person at the end of the discussion, it tell you say, make the person why you small credit for your phone. Think about it. How you go be an amber fighter? You communicate with la Republic person. So you tell them why are you credit for your phone? You don't know to be a very phone. Some of you now when I give a make sure say point number one. If you use an Android phone, switch off geolocation. If you put your phone on, if you use an Android phone or look for up, you first switch off geolocation, because that very phone way you use them you talk. See Ayeke the worker go for some place, he don't want the 3 phones of your hand. Why? If you talk me the sending credit, all those things, and when La Republic get a number, they make all these calls with you. You use their network, you don't know so they feel locate your location, a warning to all our generals them. Ayeke be don't sell himself. If you don't build up too much confidence, because if you don't deceive you, say the person who the one kill him, na field marshal. But think for once, your enemy will they fight you. If you tell me you help people kill your brother, then you can't take over. You think if you take over tomorrow, he will fight you for kill you. Even though they be deceive you, say the original plan of kill field marshal. But you don't know say, listen, if you be fighter, La Republic your enemy. Even if it want talk which kind of sweet mob, even if na an Amazonian person where it want talk sweet mob for you, now your enemy. Me wanna get this information inside on a brain. So you see the vulnerability of Ayeke. He offered himself fragilely, naively. He was deceived into this thing. Now so they kill him. Ask how they kill Ayeke. Why you see the one kill Ayeke? Now only one be there. What about the boys already do them? The boys are run? No. All the boys will see come out for the 1st of October, where they waka, they display power and weapon, they turn up and now side them be there.
Today, the 28th December 2019, Republic soldiers came into Alo, and precisely in Mombi.
Yes, they came to see if the guerrilla fighters are around. This General Ayeke.
What's all the fighters every day? With the weapons where they carry them, the strength where they pop, they show them for day. Where were they? You see, one thing I know, right? When I need to know, Ayeke be don't cook himself for the level way bullet no be fit kill Ayeke. They don't kill Ayeke with a bullet. No, I understand one too. So me, you don't think so because you be general way, you don't involve yourself in the way catch you, nothing enter your skin. You think so that's all. No, na catch you kill Ayeke. Looky fine. You see the display of his skin. You see any wound. Okay. See the so other general where they kill them. Some people kill you see their brain don't scatter. So you see their head don't scatter. You see people they shoot them, we catch you enter. Ayeke, he no die in a gun shoot. Mba Ivo no die in a gun shoot. I want to show you the connection and the relation. General Mba Ivo no die in a gun shoot. That boy them don't reach a level where gun enter their skin. Even Ayeke no die in a gun shoot. So wait to kill Ayeke. How Ayeke die? And why it be say he died that kind of way? We no see none of the other fighters or people them around you will be affected. It is a core plan. Ayeke they sell it out. They sell Ayeke out. The killing of Ayeke was a planned thing. Imagine. Say person go whole show the talk say, oh, it give Ayeke condition, wait. They say why it be say these very individuals them when they talk with the fighter them, when they get a clash, they can't make a show that treating them. Okay, look what happened for Dian. They be kill the other Amazonian fighter for Dian. Before they want to kill that fighter, be the every tattoo can talk. If the talking at the fighter, they find once every tattoo in that fighter, they get a clash, and that fighter deny for do what you every tattoo one time. 2 days after, every talker, oh, that fighter they go kill the fighter. Let me say they give out, and when you be a fighter, when you overthrow some of these activists, them. You tell them everything about you. You need to be very naive and stupid for the do that kind of thing. Because they easily just give out your information like that to the enemy. And the enemy finish you. Imagine say the same thing happened for Chacha. Okay, more assume say Chacha only than a coincidence. It can happen. It happened first from Mba Ivo. More assume say that too, na coincidence. It happened for our general from Dian. I don't forget that general name. When I want to comment, when I help me, come with you and write me that general name. We be happen from Dian. More assume say na coincidence, 3 coincidence. It don't can happen again for general who, yeah, Ayeke. Why it be say now only when this boy them they deny for start work with AGC or they deny for obey Eric Tato and the National Army plan? Why it be say now only when they disagree with them they die few days after? And when they don't sell them all their secret, they don't tell them all their things, they don't definitely tell them place with them, they tell them plans about them. And then when they can't disagree with them, they die. Ambassadors wanna ask yourself the question. Why it be say most of our general the way they die? They die now after they disagree with Eric Tato and Tapang Ivo and Mark Barata. Why? Why it be say this? Why? Now coincidence? Or it be a deliberate sellout of these people? Why? When I say something be fishy, when I know the see him, Ayeke die. He been a die with the planner. They sell Ayeke out. You know, Ayeke within a stubborn person by nature. If been a very stubborn person, a person of hard character, it be difficult for deal with you. Even inside Libya, Ayeke don't cause plenty problem because of his stubborn attitude. But if he still know our brother, and if he still know our fighter, Ayeke will still be alive today. If some of these people where they deceive Ayeke for do all this bad thing there, they will get hard for the revolution. Which family they wait Trong Henman of the day? Even you and Lumi, your family Trong Henman the day. But you don't kill a Trong Henman. No. Ayeke be stubborn. But some people then, because they don't get hard for the revolution, they sell out our generals and fighters them whenever they stop for being loyal to them, when their eyes open. It bounces back to you, the general and the fighter. Protect yourself. Avoid these people. It don't happen for many other generals them. What to tell you, say your case will be different. Would it deceive you now? And you then now the general, the aim at the talk, I warn you. Stop that communication with these boys. Change your number and avoid them. Go to your county. If I bet you, if Ayeke be the work with your county, and they do all these bad things that they do against villagers, them against your own people, that very people that for the protect is today, maybe FEMA shall see their life. Look at the other generals where they deal with their people. They be close to the people they give them protection. But if you follow some individuals for diaspora where they would deceive you, they won't fool you. Imagine how, for instance, I see some person send me some video where every time the other day they talk for a show her, he go send fighters and they go burn some person in his house. You see now, say some of these boys there, this so-called activism, they take this revolution for manage their challenge or their beef with individuals. You talk and you go send fighters them, may they go burn some person in the house because the person will get a difference in opinion or the person curse you. If you talk as for some woman for California, say go tell me they go burn the woman in the house and whatsoever. Now imagine you will be fighter for Ganzoro, you will fight in La Republique or you will fight in the favor of an activist where you send you go burn the enemy in house because the person curse you. When you start get yourself now, when they talk this thing for public, some of the Amazonians when they chair, but you defeat a little python where if you go tomorrow, you go become Mboma, you go solo you. Yes. As you want to support financially the so-called national army, see their agenda. Now for key generals then, or send them, I would deny for work with them, or when they gain some generals and some fighters then, they will send them and they will commit their evil, atrocious plans them for Ganzoro. They don't reach the level now where they will threaten Amazonian citizens them, so they'll go burn their houses, kill their family them, kill this. Is that the revolution? Now why do they fight for? Ayeke don't offer himself like a cheap dog with any kind of mafia use it for achieve any evil thing. Even La Republique, when I hear you talking at you, the Becky credit, they talk. So they want use Z. That means they don't look and say Ayeke be that stupid. They use Z for do all things with all the atrocities, the kidnapping, the rapes, all the bad thing they do. You don't reach the level now. You don't come out. You don't become an international criminal. Where they want use Z for do it for go fight field marshal, and they be done their plan. And who knows what will happen between them? How I be so open. Because we hear about the boys who even send them for Besali and other story them. I don't hear other story them. I get all the posts and the facts them. But I notice it being necessary at this moment. The fact now say Ayeke don't go out and he don't go astray. Not be because he want them. Firstly, the pride inside had. Secondly, the manipulation for the so-called people them where they be there around you, like the activists where they be push it to the wrong direction. Today, who say they day for early grave. Brothers and sisters, my papa and my mommy them, were fighters them. I know if you overemphasize on this. Your life count. Stand for yourself. Protect yourself. Stand with the people. Do right. Go under your county. Function with your county. If you hear me now where you don't break out from your country, you do your own thing, it will lead you to your early grave. Because at one point, some of these people that will start calling you, get your contact them, for one deceive you. But if you don't honor your county, it means, you know, if we know now, it's your county, all man know which man be the man you command. If you be say it deceive you, go some type of for the Republic. Every inside that county, yeah, other people of that country they go hold even your own family them. You know why? Because although say now you don't do the thing against you. But if you work in an individual, okay, some of them work with my country people. You don't ever see my country people face. If I no say go do something, if you go some type, you go feel holy. I don't feel go away for your case. I don't know if face. Your family no fit go away. But if you work for your county and they know the person you work under command, if you send it for some way, they be like public plan, over inside your village and your county, they go holy. So it will give you an advantage where if you always chase down and if you give some accountability, even for the lives of our fighters. But if a fighter become a rebel like this, if you say be God, he don't do this thing and I show this, he carry up his shoulder, because he don't become so arrogant, it will lead to early grave. You can avoid that. If you avoid that. Rest in peace, Ayeke. Now what have you talk as a brother? You see, it caused his own death and it be a very sad thing. And I don't want to talk too much about Ayeke. We don't talk about the rise and the fall of Ayeke. I know say plenty things and if you have still have to talk on, but most of those things I'm already know. And I've just say been necessary for me to bring out these facts and for bring out some lessons for our people. We will get them. Now before I run up with the next topic, will be a very interesting topic. I think say we get for look at this and be wise. Now I'm gonna get this one special number by Parata Sang, and I think say it will be something good. More just hear this song while I prepare the next this thing.
We shall rest from this battle and sing our God praises. We shall rest from these troubles and give glory to God. We shall rest from this battle and shout hallelujah. Hosanna, Hosanna to the Lord. Hosanna, Hosanna to the Lord. We shall rest from these battles and give our God praises. We shall rest from these troubles and give glory to God. We shall rest from these battles and shout hallelujah. Hosanna, Hosanna to the King. Sing Hosanna, Hosanna to the King.
He is the valiant man at war, the mighty man in battle. He will give us glory. He is the valiant man at war, the mighty man in battle. He will give us the victory. He is the righteous judge at court, the mighty man in battle. He will give us the victory. He is the righteous judge at court, the mighty man in battle. He will give us the victory.
I beg everybody where you watch me, just put hashtag Partasang. Hashtag Partasang. Please, hashtag everybody where you watch. As I play this song, just put hashtag Partasang before we go to the part B of this show and we round up.
He is the valiant man at war, the mighty man in battle. He will give us the victory. He is the valiant man at war, the mighty man in battle. He will give us the victory. He is the righteous judge at court, the mighty man in battle. He will give us the victory. He is the righteous judge at court, the mighty man in battle. He will give us the victory. Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna in the highest. Hosanna in the highest.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. God bless our wonderful Deacon Tasa, our great saint. He is a saint in this Ambazonian liberation struggle. Thank you so much. Now, fellow Ambazonians, as you can read on the screen, my response to Ayuk Tabe. I'm going to keep it very straight and short because, of course, we get a lot of people the way they don't do great response already. Well, I don't see it out there for social media, most especially check on Kemi Asho's page. I like the response from one of our comrades, Gozan Kraya, we give to Ayuk Tabe. But now, by the way, hold on. What are we talking about? Yeah. I'll open the lines for call, take a few calls shortly. Just give me 5 minutes, I'll talk about this topic. I want to crush out some things. I want just crush out some things. No, listen. And all of the sudden, you get a man where we don't know where to take you go for Naira Hotel for Nigeria. Ambazonians, follow me now. This thing I want to say is so important. We don't know where to take you go for Naira Hotel for Nigeria. A man will give you a trust, what love, what money, what support, what literally everything, what life. We don't know where to take you go for Naira for Nigeria. So that you never tell we. And even after we to transpire for Naira, we don't sacrifice our money, our life, our energy, and everything for that man. Even a single thank you. We never get them from the man. I'm thinking loud now. Just permit me think and follow my lane of thoughts, please. Now, this same man will raise money for my trip to Buea. Spend over 200,000 from that money for my trip to Buea for follow the man in case both for Nigeria and back home. We develop a team of lawyers and a defense team made up of big and good brains from Ambazonia to fight against a dictatorial regime of Biya. We invested so much money, energy, and time for this man, and of course for the others and the love we'll get for them. The first ever write-up we got from this man, amongst all this, the first ever write-up we got up one morning and saw a letter where he is dissolving our interim government, the only institution that gives us hope in this liberation struggle. He not dissolve through a unanimous decision, but through an autocratic decision, meaning a one-man decision. As though that is not shocking enough, a single thank you in no give way. He go ahead, use blackmailing, blasphemy, for attack that same interim government where he don't deserve him, and the president where we the people of Ambazonia vote him. Now, two things to note here. Ayuk Tabe Julius Ambazonians are not voting, but His Excellency Dr. Sako, we Ambazonians will vote. And here they not vote, they want to take away the people's choice single-handedly. And then he make a statement say, because he want rule and Mandela be the rule from jail. As though that one of the hot we for our pain and the money and all our suffering would even expect a thank you from him. Should the traders at the talk show will never say get a thank you. We will continue, brothers and sisters. This same man, they were United Nations want talk about a cause for New York. He opened a parallel IG, according to you, what they call them today, say Carnegie Mafia Group. This same man, Ayok Julius Tabe, tell his own brother and his own tribesman what they call say Tabenya, may he confiscate the rest of the money we will get them from my Chitubia. And even the one will be there for Skapak before the one arrest we they under his own countryman account, they confiscate the money. So today we never hear about that money. When we highly need money for support our brothers and sisters them and refugees there. As though that one not correct. This same Ayok Tabe, after the creation and the formation of that your own parallel government, where you don't create so much chakara, people don't die, group people don't scatter. If you agree with me, the highest chakara and scatter we did for the revolution, it come through the result for say, Ayok Tabe go open your own parallel government. We know so we don't get your young boys like Ayaba where they do their own strong hit for chakara thing, but that one be done under control. Akwanga the case once a while. That one be under control. But Ayok Tabe don't cost and it still cost people their life up till date. It don't end for day. He encourage a tribesman, a poem, may he formulate lies against Dr. Sako every day concerning my Chitube. Even when the audits are out there, any leader or any person, if in quote, Ayok Tabe being a leader, in quote, because I'm just saying that for the benefit of doubt for those who are still calling him a leader, because I don't see any leadership trait in him where if you convince me personally for follow him. And I follow person because he imposed himself in me. I the follow person because when I see the leadership trait in him, when I respect him, I the follow him. And I follow person because I'm a countryman. No Ambazonian should be wiser than the Ambazonia or Southern Cameroonians for 60 years ago. Where the jungle functions them and the rest of them if you do any kind of thing. But no, we'll continue because I think loud right now. I'm just thinking loud. As though you know correct, this same Ayok Tabe Julius talk me a tribesman, the coach Dr. Sako and the interim government talk how they be illegal, they not be weighty. Every move where the interim government want to come, Ayok Tabe Julius they make a counter move because he want show say now they in control. So anything Dr. Sako want do, anything Dr. Sako want do for the interim government, every time will come, discredit him, coach Dr. Sako, Ayok Tabe will write a letter, a communique against it for make sure it may the whole thing be void. Independent of how good the team be for we Ambazonian people, Ayok Tabe no care. As a leader, where some of them who for be, I for expect it. If you lose some of the things where Eric Tato they do in a tribesman, where Eric Tato the claim for be a surrogate or the advocate for you, if you don't tell Eric Tato say stop, young man, what you are doing is not good. As a father, where you want claim say it be, if you even talk say no, look, some papa go say no, I got to bring in orderliness in the house, and if I say Eric Tato they talk in favor if you don't write because it be good at writing. It be good for the whole meetings them. It be good for the carry out communication. Wait till the passive for make that kind of write up, even publicly for condemn what we Eric Tato they do, or for condemn the killing of our people. This same Ayok Tabe, when come to deny for meet up Ambazonians where they carry Ambazonian flag, and come to Patasan criticize Ayok Tabe go back and come to this same Ayok Tabe. Even inside prison, where people were in Ayok Tabe corner for meeting, it don't make they don't go land inside prison. Even inside that prison, Ayok Tabe don't bring division inside that prison. It don't make them, they don't form a group against Patasan. All of them now they look Patasan as an outsider. They is pity. Patasan don't become now somebody of nothing amongst the way now all them be there for the same meeting and all them they suffer. So for some of you now idea when they run when I'm upset. One now they talk against prisoner where more get pity on prisoners. If you be a prisoner where you know the pain inside that prison, you not get feeling for your own brother where you the inside that prison. When the maltreat you form a gang against your own brother inside prison where all the face pain. How wicked are you? And you call yourself a leader. A leader leads by example. If any man want to talk about unity and peace for this revolution, it is shock me say Ayok Tabe the devil incarnate, the personification of devilishness and wickedness and division inside the revolution. He get the guts. I am shocked alive for open eroding the team up. Now me now chop talk am Ayok and look for your face and I know you watch me now. You open your rotting the team up for talk about unity. It's not a bad thing. Congratulations, sir. Congratulations. Congratulations. And I will tell Ambazonians why you talk that talk. I will tell them why. No, your brothers, what we do with them inside prison. We all at the peak of all don't suffer the same pain, incommunicado, all the atrocities and the pains in the hands of La Republic. Your own brothers them. You don't still go form gang and division amongst them inside prison. If you want to talk about unity, you get to start for day. Yes, you get to start for day. People all suffer the same pain, if at all you suffer. Because people surrounded they also say, well, we'll get pity for prisoners. But even you, the prisoner, you don't even pity your own fellow brothers and wanna say, you know the pity una. Then one man will shut you and mob for your wrongdoings because one pity you. We shall not tolerate that nonsense in Ambazonia. Not me, Mr. Nachop. No. As though that will not be enough. The very Ayok Tabe Julius. They want to talk about the Swiss talks. Ayok Tabe refused castigate the interim government about the Swiss-led process simply because it came from Dr. Sako and the IG and the initiative from Dr. Sako. This very Ayok Tabe, as though it not be enough, he sent a letter over here, Nick Santos Stockham. Say Ayok Tabe Julius send a letter we meet with some people for Maryland, for Washington DC, sorry. Made them go for made them go for national dialogue. He endorsed the national dialogue through Yerima, endorsed the national dialogue through his surrogate, Eric Tato, appreciate La Republique for the special status. Oh yeah, Nick Santos can't say that special status now a coded language for which federation, according to Imo Tekam. The very Ayok Tabe, when we out here would put pressure for La Republique for an internationally mediated settlement and dialogue, Ayok Tabe the go meet with La Republique for fulfill their private agenda for which an internal settlement. Only for shows Naide in control and Naide in leadership, Naide with the talk free. Only for claim relevance. This same Ayok Tabe. This same Ayok Julius Tabe. This same Ayok Julius Tabe. They kill our mommy them, kill our brothers them, kill our sisters them, kill our people them. We not see Ayok Julius Tabe write a letter of sympathy or a letter of condolence for all these Ambazonian people them. We fight at the way that they fight for defend homeland that they die. Ayok the right send letters them out, may prisoners them they sign communique for give you the power. May go talk for them. What about the teachers? What about the fighters? They not be important for Ayok Tabe. It not be important for Ayok. It not be important. Ayok we don't claim say they in control, do all things. When the 1st of October 2020 hit, and the Ambazonian people where they don't get enough because they are people of patience. They don't be patient for so long, and they don't chop the nonsense and the rubbish from Ayok Tabe and the fighters and the people, even the refugees, they're vexed. They say, no, we'll make the international community know who is our father and who is our leader. They came out unanimously, worldwide, both home and abroad, with the flags and poster. Even the fighters, all of them came out in their thousands and tens of thousands with the flag of Dr. Sako. That shock and that message where they don't pass them to the world and the international community, where it not only crush La Republique where the claim say will not get fighters, but it crush even those where they deceive La Republique say they don't finish with them, they don't finish with we. That shock. Now Ayok don't see say it don't be used because La Republique don't use it. How person use whom man not talk use close. I don't see now how La Republique don't use it, manipulate it, use it rubbishy. Rubbishy. In that shame, Ayok the wake up, write a letter. Say you want to talk about unity. Okay, wonderful thing. Listen, the word unity now always a good word for user. No be wrong thing. And for the records, because I want to know why he used those words, and I'm going to explain it now in a short moment. I want to see what did happen behind the scenes. But before I talk that one, I must still point on some factors. It really shocked me because I'll be shocked. all these things and they happen, all this chakara, all this fight, all this problem, we'll never see Ayok come out as somebody will get a voice, as somebody will he get a significance for talk or address one or two things where they go wrong. No. Now, more come for the letter we writer. Ayok they write a letter talking about unity as who? Ambazonia, let me ask me, as who? We the people of Ambazonia, we don't do it, we don't strip him off every authority for talk in the name of Ambazonia. As a matter of fact, Ayok get no guts or audacity for talk in the name of Ambazonia presently. Because they don't be impeached, stripped off of every authority. But Ayok get the guts for open him up for go out there for toxicity about Ambazonia. I need to understand my head. So they want to talk about peace. Oh, Ayok, you can talk about peace. What about you for talk about the other things where they don't happen for you? Talk about unity. They very Ayok Julius ego campaign for waiting for school resumption. He say education is good, the way of our children for La République in favor. Because when Pekin start go back for school now, and so the key was general them, they go say, oh see, we don't the key the general them, Pekin don't start go back for school, no need for any internationality intervention. After Ayok don't discuss say the 1st of October, it don't show say the route where they take them and the people where they deceive you for take that route, they don't deceive you. Because now, even a fool, you know, people like Eric that they talk for you, they say, I forget about this thing. Dr. Sako has no support. He doesn't have any money. The IG is broke. He is singing every day. We'll let him sing the song, a song for Christmas. And only Chris people they dance Christmas song. Let them continue. People like Milan, that even hear that one then. They don't go for back. Let them talk. Now, let me read something that later where I find a very interesting. Where Ambazonia is again for saying. Listen. He say to Dr. Cho Ayaba, Dr. Samuel Sako. Now imagine how I don't hear plenty time for audios them where Ayok Taberi talk about Dr. Sako, our president, His Excellencies, Dr. Samuel Sako Ikomi. But the contemptuousness, I mean, the way they treat this guy with contempt, with some, you know, in a condescending manner, you know, with disregard, disrespect. We don't see him plenty time, even in some meeting. How Ayok take himself say he be God, he be big man. If you already talk with Dr. Sako, I am addressing you the IP. You have to discipline Chris Ano. IP, I'm telling you now, go AP, go and do this. I'm the one telling you. You know, he don't put himself for that level. If he say if he come, will be Ayok, it is a be waiting. For put himself in the level where it say he pass Dr. Sako for waiting. He pass, oh, I understand. He pass it for criminology. Right? He pass it for mafia. He pass it for arrogance and dictatorship. Yes. Because now the only traits in that will say and say Ayok be good at and for manifesting. I mean, now he Tucker he don't dissolve the IG, he don't ban Dr. Sako, he don't sack Dr. Sako. He like who? The very Dr. Sako, you don't sack it. You don't want to talk IB of ins, you don't get significance. Now, the very Dr. Sako, you come and you don't address him. Dr. Sako, who is he? As a matter of fact, he don't talk now, even for try to address Dr. Sako because you don't see the power of the people behind Dr. Sako. That's democracy. The rule of the majority. The power of the people, the power of the restoration forces, the power of the Ambazonian people behind. True, listen, the counties, the LGAs, right? The countries, the restoration council, the cabinet, even the activists of good faith, all stand for the institution and for Dr. Sako. So what's I be? Apart of the Eric Tato, who else? Apart of the Eric Tato when I trap man. We dey sing every day from morning to night. Ayok Tabe, he dey coach Dr. Sako. Look, that's normal. Papa and Mami, listen. It be normal. He dey do am because he dey support the tribesman and naturally like public pay for the private agenda where they get am. So you know if you surprise we, Ambazonians them, na job. Which young man will get working because every day Dr. Sako. Which man for one man country will get job? You do that kind of thing. They pay for that. Let him do that. It's okay. But we'll come back for Ayok Tabe. We'll not see any letter of apology. Even if you see the letter we write down, He write, he address, he don't even listen. Now, best way one unity. What about you start for doing the right thing? The government we don't create, we don't cause so much havoc, so much disunity. It don't create so much problem. What about you for start by dissolving that your government? Asking the Amazonian people for forgiveness for the errors and the pains and all the atrocities you've committed. Humble yourself and talk to the people. No, you have to impose for the people because inside it wants to feel as if to get a sense of control. You know, something that you want to talk now, you know. And then listen, you know why I write the letter? Might tell you something. This letter, when you see I write now for gain relevance. You know, say when you talk about unity, na language plenty people one year, and some weak-hearted people they will say, "Oh, he's not talking about unity. Oh, it's a good thing. Oh, let's give him some attention. Let's listen to him. Maybe he has something positive to say." No, the devil will never have anything positive to say or do. There is nothing good in the devil. Not to talk of a devil impersonated in person. Where whosoever get a conscience, you will start by doing the right thing. Listen, no before tell say, "Oh, forgive me." Even God no go, you no go heaven because say you tell say God forgive me. No, Bible talk about repentance. The most important thing for God now repentance. Repent. It means a change. First, you get to show some remorse of your act. I don't know show any remorse for all the atrocities we don't commit them and he still presently commit them. Instead, he will write a letter. You see how he disrespectfully even address our president, our commander-in-chief of Amazonia. Person where they in charge. Person where they over ye. Listen, Dr. Sako, His Excellency Dr. Sako is the president of Ayok Julius Tabe. Listen to me, Amazonians. I want to make it clear. When I write them, His Excellency Dr. Samuel Sako Ikomi is the president of Ayok Julius Tabe if he ever consider himself as an Amazonian. If Ayok consider himself as an Amazonian, the person where Amazonians don't give you the power and the mandate and he has the office of the presidency. He is the commander-in-chief. Is His Excellency Dr. Ikomi Samuel Sako. That's our president. That's the Amazonian president as of now. Listen, make you like every tattoo beat his skin go up, come down. You know go change her. Make you like Ayok Tabe, go listen to your Yerima. Send Yerima for Osa. Do what? You will not change the fact that the armies, the Amazonian Restoration Forces, the LGAs, the counties, the 13 counties of Amazonia, the Restoration Forces, the Restoration Council, the activists out here, we all stand for the interim government under the leadership of Dr. Sako. So, if you still dream with your 100 people, the way they deceive you, you work with them, you still dream, continue in that your dream. Then you go wake up for that dream, you go learn to start doing the right thing. For we can write a letter, you talk, oh, a letter from former president, Amazonia, Dr. As who are you writing? Go and start doing the right thing, because right now you are not better than any other Amazonian citizen. Our commander-in-chief, Dr. Samuel Sako Ikomi, you need to start addressing, listen, Amazonians, henceforth, Ayok must learn respect, because Ayok don't show he not get respect for your life. Now, man, now you want to be respected, but he does not give others the reciprocal respect. When he was in the office, we all heard him, encouraged him, stood for him. Another person don't take office, he no one show that person that respect, because if he say be witty, henceforth, Ayok, may I listen to me? My name is Mr. Nanchop. I want to show you. If you look at me, we'll know who get power for this revolution. We'll know who get audacity and control. Yes, Ayok, I will tell you. Go join your Manu Kaba. Listen, if you don't take this in a tribalism, won't enter the game. All of we. Yes, because enough is enough. We will not tolerate this nonsense and disrespect. I, Nanchop, I will not tolerate this nonsense. You don't over disrespect our institutions. Our president, and we Amazonians, listen, we will not tolerate this thing. If you want to know the anger of Americans, go stand against the government of America. Go stand against whosoever they in the office of America. You will see the anger of the American people, because they are the people who respect their institutions and they respect their power. And Ayok Julius Tabeno will tell the Amazonian and say, if he treat our president with such disrespect, insulting for meetings, they will get the audios them. In the camera, you can command. As who? Who are you? A prisoner like you, a thief like you, a criminal and a fool like you, used by La Republique. Look at La Republique don't use you. La Republique don't use you. You don't become nothing. You don't become a chaff. Man, we the Amazonian people, we made you. We gave you glory. We gave you importance. But you go take which will give you. Go sell them for cheap La Republique. Today, you want to open the team up talk. Today, they address our president, His Excellency Dr. Samuel Sarko Ikomi, as Sarko Ikomi. Are you mad? We will not take that nonsense in this nation. Whosoever, I don't care if Dr. Sarko, if Dr. Sarko come out to me, whosoever should not for that office will give you a maximum respect and honor. And whosoever want to deal with him must treat him as our president. May the international community go deal with you, Ayok Tabe. Listen, they will come and bounce back on our table. We control the forces in the ground. Every time be the run your country, man be the run, you make it the team up. You never see my canal chest, but all the fighters in the ground, they take command from me now, chop. Let me tell you, because all the defense department, I talk with all of them. I now chop. I get influence because leadership is influence. But no ever can when they can boast for that kind of thing for social media. I mean, understand, say, all on a noise when they make them, you know, every tattoo, it end for social media, it end for this kind of write up. You must learn to start doing the right thing. Ayok, it's a must. We don't overgive you chance, but henceforth, I command you, you must learn to start doing the right thing. Ayok, we don't tolerate that dirty. Okay? We don't tolerate that nonsense again. You must learn to start doing the right thing the right way. Now, listen, when I see the letter writer, address the Restoration Council. It address Eric Tato. No, when I see him, Christmas Ebini. What is Christmas Ebini? As who? You cross past the Amazonian institutions. You don't talk about the counties. You don't even regard them, the 13 counties and their chairs, where they represent the people. And they get the backings of the people. You see how disrespectful this fool is in the name of Ayok Tabe. Yes, I want to be insolent because you don't show me. Listen, Ayok, I treated you as a father. We treated you as a father. We stood behind you as a father, as a leader. You taught us disrespect. Yes. So I want look yourself in the image. You taught we say, you teach we say, picking them, therefore disrespect leader. And why do we make the disrespect? I will crush you because you don't crush our own other leaders in front of us. So if Mami, he hold picking in hand, he walk off the street, and he crush people, may that Mami learn and hope one day say that picking will learn that crush you one day for house, and I want to one of you. May you feel the pain. Because your boy every tattoo they go out there every day, crush the person where they in charge. You never ever caution you. You never ever talk against it. You never even Barrister Fro. Ayok Tabe, see how wicked you are. Amazonians, more listen. Barrister Fro Johnson, he on a run today because he's sacred. You know, say Barrister Fro, listen. If Ofi talk say no, anyone get involved in this thing, either old, maybe a younger person. But because of his experience and a love for Ayok Tabe, and Ayok Tabe, you cannot tell me that you never felt that fatherly love from that man. You cannot tell me that you never felt the commitment that man gave you, the warmthness, that person, you cannot tell me. And you get every tattoo every day. Every tattoo they out there, they coach that man in the name of he advocate for you. Every tattoo they coach Barrister Fro, they do all these negative things against Barrister Fro. You as a father, as a genuine elderly brother, if you get some dignity and respect, we want to pass them on to us, the younger generation. You don't call Eric Tato, even in a public note, condemn me. So what Eric is doing is not good for Amazonia. It does not show sign of respect for the elderly, no matter what the case is. But you shouldn't, you enjoy him, you happy, you force it, go and do it. Go coach Sarko, you hope say when he talk down multiple negative things then he go blackmail and discredit Dr. Sarko. But by now you get for don't learn say after 2 years, we don't do those things then the Amazonian people who are the people of importance, they still deal with that Dr. Sarko, they still deal with Barrister Fro. You get for don't learn by now say you know if you use manipulation again, you must go through the right door, you must go through the right way. Ayok Tabe Julius, it's a shame. That very Barrister Fro sacrificed a life for you. So today, either on exile, he will be treated because of you. And your own brother, Eric Tato, they crush you every day. They do all whatsoever they do against you. You never ever condemn them. You can't call on unity. How? I mean, you guys, what about you guys starting to, when I start to do the right things? When I start for to do the right things, you talk about unity. What about you will start for first caution all your surrogates them? Every Tato, Mark Barata and the rest them. Make them start to respect leadership. Make them respect these elderly people where they're out here and they fight. If you believe say Dr. Sako he fight for you, no be like Republic agent. If you believe say Barrister Fru no be like Republic agent, and you want a collaborated unity as you claim so you want, because when you use that word, you have an international community say this guy is calling for something, so you go be in the listen the orders and no want them. You are a hypocrite. I say you are worse than the devil. Ayok Julius Tabe, you are worse than the devil. Because look how you just create confusion amongst people. Start by doing the right thing. So you want unity. You go write all this nonsense. Stop that nonsense, young man. Now you teach with disrespect. Some will give you well served on your table because now your brother, your manu cabal, right? They don't bring the worst disrespect and arrogance inside the revolution. Well, I never served my life since they born me. I never served my whole life. I never see that kind of level. Every tattoo go talk, it go slap. Barrister Fru is more than my father. Young man go talk. If I admit that every tattoo, I go broke his foot. Me chop at the talker. Nonsense. What's kind of nonsense when I bring inside the revolution? Then you get a gut. You don't condemn those things. You stay quiet about it. Your own relevance. Now for one disrespect others and so that means you put up. It doesn't work like that, my man. You know they work that way. Na lie. You know go work. Na lie. Ayok see Ayok. Listen, my name is German Steel. You go know so you don't meet up. Listen, Ayok. Take pride and arrogance and wait. We go play the game together, Ayok. Ayok we go play. Now you don't go prison now. Now you suffer for prison. We go play the game together, Ayok. I swear. We go play. Listen, you go know say if you think that stubborn blood you get up, ask about Bakuri people. You know how it will be. We try. If you notice when I make the thing a tribalism, we enter the game. Now we then control Ayok. If you see you talk Christmas a bini, as who is Christmas a bini? Who is Christmas a bini? Even look at the order. Ayok, enough of this your dirty disrespect. We will not go take that shit. Papa and Mamina will not go listen. Ambazonia be made of 13 counties. Ambazonia be made of many people. If Ayok Julius Tabetin say now he must rule Ambazonia, now he must command by power, by force. We the people of Ambazonia will tell you say we want an Ambazonia of democracy and not dictatorship. It will go happen. Call me anywhere. May your dirty, they are dirty, foolish boy you send me for Maryland, the AIDS patient. When it costs may you run it, dirty him up anywhere. Listen, we are in charge. Now we will be in charge. Yes, now we the Bakuri people they in charge. Can't take man for Kogo plan for Manu. I'm not going to change my talk. I don't regret any statement. Because the disrespect we don't show. Also, I mean say even like the Restoration Council, it cross person. You know, even when I see talk about Restoration Council, when I see talk about the counties there, when I see talk about the LGs, all those things don't matter for you. Every tato be more important for Ayok Julius Tabe than the Restoration Council. I mean, even the address alone, everything is faulty. Everything is faulty. Once you start a message like that, where everything be faulty, you make even your addressee, they didn't even want to listen to the rest of the content. Everything is dead on arrival. First of all, by the way, as a matter of fact, listen, we already have strong unity in the act. If you go inside the act, you get all those who stand for Team Ambazonia and for independence. Them, Papa, Mami, them, they did inside the act. I go open the line for call now. I want to take a few callers. Them, anybody want call if you call now? I see people already call. Person we don't call and miss, I'm try for call now. Go pick the calls them again. But brothers and sisters, listen to me. Ayok want it the one way, let's take it. Ayok, you want it the hard way? I'm ready, bro. No, we'll fight. No, Ayok, listen, we go fight. We go, Ayok, listen. You don't take the hard call down of South Africa, the South African cabal. Now then you ask you to put them for the when last you hear Milan talk about the revolution? When last the people even call every Amazon when I look the names them. When last any of them open their mouth to talk about the revolution? Ayok, enough is enough. We Amazonians, the first one should not quiet. We don't be, we'll be too patient. But no, you don't cross red line 1, 2, 3 times. Listen, enough is enough. Henceforth, let's go head ahead. Keep writing. Your judgment. You just my action as Amazonians. If la Republic will make whisky and negotiation with Ayok Julius Tabe and whosoever, we have the forces on the ground. I have the first caller already on the line. We have the forces. We control the narrative. The world don't see them today. They know say now we, I chop, Dr. Sako, we control the forces on the ground. Now we control Ayo. Now we continue. You will kneel down, Becky. Yes, Mama, we hear you. Hello, welcome to Amber Voice.
Okay, thank you, Papa. Now my how you do now?
No, Mama, I don't fire right now.
Thank you for this story. I will try for break this story small. I hope that we get more time.
Yes, we hear you.
Because you don't talk a lot of you don't story with plenty. So wait, you remember the time where Eric they try for few match and make it go for somewhere for some
yes.
Get pick up some house when they plan for killing her.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that instance?
Yes.
So I feel like the same thing with okay. I feel say they don't tell you to make up something somewhere. Then you go there to go pick up. Now you know you go there with any of those boys then. That the reason that the people forget the life don't finish now. I feel like that way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. Okay, for a lot of Ayub Kabe, I think all we would like, I make but I hope that it will get message from your show and it will be for here with the all my stuff. When you get to give me like that, they get for something, it makes for Fonda for the that they get for something, he makes it they get to self and then talk for all the persons who follow all the tell them say my brother them as cool now. I want to make them all be under Dr. Sako. Make them follow you, make them get talk. And then that time we will know say we will fix life for this small because I feel that out of what we die, people that they kill each other. You know, we take every day. We want our place to be with unmocked because you remember for Bible before the Holy Spirit is welcome for the disciples then they will be in one accord because Jesus they made a statement and they will be in one accord. Then when they be in one accord, the Holy Spirit becomes on them.
Yes, hold on, Mama, hold on.
Yes.
I understand what you talk. Since I listen to get plenty callers them, I just talk something for that point there. I'll give 1 minute for round up. I beg Mama. The two of them I say, may one thing be clear for Ambazonians today. For Ambazonians, may one thing clear. We day in one accord. Listen, people where the day for my question. If you get a goal for do something, you relate now people where they get similar goal. But if you get a goal where for do something different, you need to relate. Okay, if you get a goal now for go for Boya, so a person get a goal now for go for Yaoundé. How now do be in one accord? Because when our original goals them they totally different. All my way there for independence, they inside the ACT team and the unity they inside that. Person when they inside the ACT team, in order for independence, it there for waiting for special status and for federation. Women are waiting to fight for. So you know it doesn't more unite. More be one accord with people where they want to go for federation. It can never work. Ayok Tabe Junior don't show his head. Listen, you know plenty time Ayok is a very wise criminal. Ayok the preach peace, but he act differently because he wants to say when he talk for public, maybe they say, oh, he was talking about independence, but they will see what he do for back. Now the two will be important. When we will be connected with the people, them will see what we do. We know say this man is wicked. Mama, I'll give 1 minute for round up. Continue.
Yeah. No, Papa, like the reason that when me I talk there, the reason that me I talk to you get to stop and then make it get to stop make all that you say okay there. you just go tell them, they just go repent. You know, we don't go just stop from mouth without repentance. They just go repent, they just go confess, and they don't get for trying to because they want to get the position. They're not supposed to get the position. They just go for repent, they just go stop, then repent. Because if Ayub Kabe will be a clever person, if I don't come up with jail, I try to pass, because if the stopper, see when this guy put it, try to put it for maybe people for jail, you know, and then now if he acts up, they can go looking down because since the stop day, they know what time. They want to do their own thing there. If this man make all the cabal, where they join hands, where they make the every sense, if they stop all man, really I tell you, Mr. Natural, these things they will finish in less than no time. However, we fight a war. Remember the children of Israel, when they come out for Egypt, they go for the promised land. Maybe all the children will reach for the promised land. You know, they got to kill some of them. And the thing that we say, that time is God to give us, they make the uproot all the bad things.
That's right.
The own land will be that land.
Thank you.
And it will be very rich. We will not get corruption.
Yes, Mama Nyi.
They take this money, they will die before we enter the promised land.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mama Nyi. I just say I want to plenty calls before I round up in the next 8 minutes. So I will give Oman and 1 minute. Thank you so much, Mama.
Thank you, Papa.
Yes, Ma, pick the next caller. So I will give Oman and 1 minute. Hello, welcome to Amber Voice. Hello. Hello. Where did my caller plus 1 for America? We record direct. First, I look at you on the post. Okay, the lines are open. I'm gonna call. Any man get on a 1 minute, please wanna call and I get 1 minute for talk. Okay, get the next caller. Yes. Hello, sir. Welcome to Amber Voice.
Yeah, Brother Nacho, God bless you.
Thank you, sir. So you get 1 minute.
My contribution, I say I want just keeping some certain things away. I believe say you already get the information, but due to your situation where you find yourself, you be too emotional today. So I understand maybe you forget about them. But I want to talk about precisely concerning Comrade Abdul Karim. You know, that very letter where Ayub Karim write down, where put her out for unity. Me, I see I'm in a certain manner way. Maybe others do not look like that, you know. Because wait I see for them, I say, it be like say some plot there for back. Because first of all, Brother Abdul Karim, who I respect so much, he come to talk about collaboration. And if you look at even what the social media environment be floated with, contradicting reply and which way Brother Abdul Karim write, me personally, I see and say, there is a goal or there is a purpose behind that Brother Abdul Karim write up. Because if you look at clearly, he comes talk about collaboration. And going forward to the collaboration, if you want collaborator would go Yaoundé or one collaborator would go Boya, he still write again for pidgin. Say if this only the year grammar, if I may talk again for pidgin. So they illustrate say if people they didn't some motor they want go acquire, the motor don't tie for what. All man get for come off for motor push them because they are going to acquire. But there is thing I say for you a struggle. The leader the way mentioned, we equate them together with Dr. Sako. Now leader the way they no one go acquire or they no one go boya. Ayabacho one go Yaoundé. Mr. Yoktabi one go Yaoundé. Now only Dr. Sako with the genuine Amberlanders them, they one go boya. So how we fit collaborate for this kind of stuff? So nothing in the way we must always, as you talked earlier, say this is not the thing of an individual but a constitution. So we must put in mind, say no matter how good somebody don't be before, don't say they against Brother Abdul Karim. But my point on one press out and say, maybe ambassador will shine our eyes. Many no person not just come now bring so ideology say collaboration, unity will be emotional carry and think say okay now the best way. No. I don't see any collaboration now. We will never get them before we. If we not collaborate, we will not get a team of act. If we not collaborate, we know the opposition will get a government and will sponsor the draft setup. So for me, collaboration already. The point I say, my brother Abdul Karim watch words and he know the real truth. Our brother Abdul Karim know say Ayabacho and Ayub Tabe, they don't cause a lot of pains, both abroad and in ground zero. But still yet it be silent and one play a fine boy, middleman, and then they give out writings them for social media talking about collaboration. How can we collaborate with somebody who, collaboration for my own way, when me and Nona say, if we get one goal, the different view.
Yes.
But anyone who says we will not get one goal. So how we do one? Because we don't even get, you know, the thing of different view. The goals are not, you know, they are not in sync. So that's the only point I make and say make some of us Amazonian open their eyes. Say this thing like chronological plan.
Yes.
We Abdul Karim. Yeah.
By the way, this Saturday we'll get to eat time with Amber Voice. With Mr. Nancho, yes. Where I get the panelism with Chakara the Tori very well. When I know last week Saturday, when I know that program will be started, we don't start a new program for those who don't know. Tori time with Amber with Mr. Nancho. This story will broke them down in pieces. Now, what I will today I be purposely no one for talk into it because I won't get time for call and I look am. But Saturday, 7 o'clock, Amber time all man by one man, she don't for cheer. 7 o'clock for Tori day. Thank you so much, my brother.
God bless you.
Thank you, Papa. I take the next caller. So we get the next caller already on the line. Okay, I should say I pick this caller already on the way line from Texas. Hello, sir. I beg where you call. The man already called direct to +1 from Texas. Listen for your phone.
Yes,
I did talk for you already. Hello, sir.
Live, so I just to make my voice heard on your program.
Very correct, Papa.
How are you?
I'm just fine. We don't have to match power, so do it to me.
Okay. Yes, I want just to say the last call away just talk. He talked my mind. I don't want to stop and for talk say. I think it be a high time way. Anybody waiting for this revolution, he ask himself. He wants to stay on the side of good or he wants to stay on the side of evil. Good na the people the one who go boya who are president of the Chaco, and evil na people the one to go whether na the one to go like the people the one to go state. Anything apart of boya na the evil pattern. So I really want add my voice to the voice of this my last call. I say the need will be very sensitive. It doesn't matter anybody carry that for this revolution. We not just take anybody for granted because that the public is capable of doing anything with anybody. And we get for be careful when anybody don't rise up. This thing not a coincidence. Say our brother Abdul right last week, then today or like yesterday, I looked at the move letter. It's not a coincidence. I see like there's a parallel. There's something that is linking this thing up. So me at the ask and say, Abdul, you know very well Team Act don't be there. I have never seen this part of Team Act because of his ego. I looked at it not go for Boya. Or we know that whether by choice or by the collaboration between who and who. Or how can they collaborate? Ayok is working on the payroll of Popia. All this is problem and all this put down work on the payroll of Popia. For you to be competing and taking those kind of people to say let them work with the IT collaboration, I think say it be a misfortune for me for years you guys talk from somebody who be very respectable like Abdul Karim. And I don't know from which perspective like my caller just talking now. Many try to play the fine game for being a good person. This thing is nothing about good in it. You are either from Amazonia or you are from the Republic. There are no two ways. So I really want to say anybody who wants to start
Thank you. Thank you, Pa. Well, this is pretty complain about the sound noise. I'm just saying because of the microphone and this. We might try to change her. Make some person call again. I see what I do want to go better now. So the lines are free. All we want to really try for call for WhatsApp. I hope it will be better now. So I get the next caller waiting on the line. So the next caller is waiting on the line. Hello, sir. Welcome to Amber Voice. Okay, Papa. We hear you. What's your story?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I've been very grateful for what we did wrong, and I don't follow you for a very long time and ever call. But I just have a call today.
Okay,
and
sir.
also, like one of the activists, I need to come online for that different individual. When any leader do wrong, when I go straight and tell you be wrong. What the thing when they do also, like couple they can't defend Ayaba. You can't defend them. Eric Tato can't defend on side. You can't them. The wrong, all the wrongs that they do, they still continue to repeat themselves. Like all the Ayeke always try to talk. Yes. Any fighter for down here, we they fight the same enemy. No matter the difference, what they do. When Muna no talk say this one do so, it may be different from the 23 boys.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, Mr. Chong, good evening.
Good evening, caller.
Yeah, bro. Yes, bro, I hear how you talk about Ayutabet Jesus. That guy there for prison if you say it's stubborn. Ayutabet if you say it's stubborn. We'll get for teach this guy stubbornness here and this Eric. We'll get to teach Ayutabet Jesus stubbornness. And I say all this Ayutabet Jesus, all the letters the writers now for accent are part of distraction. One for the distracted people of Southern Cameroon. Ayutabet Jesus don't go our leader again. We don't know him like anything. He therefore just be for that prison quiet, just be like any other normal citizen. Yes. So therefore teach the Ayutabet Jesus stubbornness. Yeah, and this Eric.
Correct.
All that letter they even said about time they can give death, more give death for that letter then. Because that guy they say you're distracted people of Southern Cameroon.
Yes, caller. You don't make your point clear. Thank you so much.
Yeah, bro.
Wonderful. Great. I'll take 3 more calls, then we will close up. I'll be sorry for all people who want to pick their calls today. But the lines are clear now. Please, you can call. And by the way, I'm gonna take this opportunity for talk say. Okay, the next caller is already on the line. This Saturday we'll get Tori time with Mr. Nancha. We don't miss. In fact, we get for call because this particular Tori, even with Abdul Karim, we go chakara for Saturday. I get a call on the line. Hello, sir. Hello, madam. Welcome to Amber Voice.
Yeah, hello, bro. Hear me?
Yes, sir. I hear you, Papa.
Okay, I want to make sure say they hear me clearly good. I beg 100 points more. Hopefully, you go feel hear me fine. Yeah, the very first thing I say, I get a couple of things the way I want to do. First, any man for this revolution acts upon that marijuana HIV journalist say, who some money for that day and money for Anna. You don't collect money for them, not give nothing for anybody. And the first thing I get up for talk.
Also, wait, hold on. I like that talk. You talk say, Musa money for Dark Day and money for National Army, Anna. You know some funny thing with the revolution. Some people that they collect money, they chop out their woman, them go boat, go chop crap, do things there. Then they point your finger for another man for distract you. That man not thief, that man not thief. We don't hold them to accountable. As we call a talk, what's some money for Dark Day? Me tell we. Call her. Would hear you, Papa? Now my internet don't go off.
Hello, good evening, Jamal Steve.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, I don't want to try for.
Would hear you, Papa? Would hear you?
Ayutabet of a man.
Okay.
Like when you read our brother don't talk for the that his man is just one cause na distraction. Make it not an ammo. Make it just an ammo. Make not the two people for their life. Because all who run for our head so for this matter. So we no go once until our blood we say go in vain. Our blood cannot go in vain. Our brothers, their blood.
Ready?
So make it stop a distraction. I just want to say make to keep our focus. Make everybody keep in focus. As we did this, so my brother Mr. Nacho, keep your focus. Forget about all these noise maker then. If you have to break the La Republic back, continue to break La Republic back. Would you win? I want to make all people they make them know say would you win. May they forget about that propaganda way that Republic they do with Ayeke body. They don't just find way kill Ayeke. They reparate with the body. That one a distraction. That one a for just weaken the mind for our people. Make our people they know.
Well, I just said that caller. We don't lose that caller because of network. The lines will still be open. Might take few calls them. Still. Okay. So country people, we're going to round up now. Again, a bit sorry, so I don't pick all calls them. I said plenty people don't try for call. I will pick the call I call again. Yes, hello.
Yes.
Would you hear you, sir? Welcome. Your connection be first call.
Okay, bro, thank you. I know you just want another call back. It is so first. They ask the HIV journalist, say, you must cite money for Anna Day and the money for national army or the whatever attack. Then secondly, I'll tell you, say, at the top would prove, even from General Ayeke, some family brother with the US, Sina Epom, kill Ayeke. Now Epom, kill Ayeke. I thought would prove I don't talk with he hear the information from me. Like Ayeke. You want engage Ayeke, say you want bring you for that national army stuff. Going to turn fight the brother them. Like somebody like our great field marshal. Yeah. So during the process, it turn kill Ayeke through the propaganda and then try release the information for La Republique. They eliminate Ayeke. Now a bomb kill him. I'll talk any general. If you like, go try him. Una come now, una still cry. The only thing I say will talk so don't want una no yeah. Any general way to talk with a bomb, the marijuana HIV journalist, na ye the cell itself. Go for your county. Now people then that way they go work with you, they go protect you, they go give you advice, and the money for draft, they go give for you. Make I buy weapon, provided you be able to coordinate yourself, then agree say go protect your people then. Draft the ratio is strength for October 1st. We see all county them. The STAM project will be the president when that doctors somewhere Sako. So any man with the sing song, it is your waste my time. I'll talk about leaks. Leaks they so now all leaks and that. If you look at those leaks where the HIV journalists, the distributor, we not be against HIV patient there. When I say when the distributor, we don't ban them for Amazonia. You know whatever happen. Again, if you way they don't take money. That one is concern. We don't green Miongo inside Amazonia. We don't ban Miongo.
Correct.
Miongo person. We don't ban them. We don't green them for Amazonia. If you look at draft don't show its strength for ground zero. So now if Ayok facing now he wants something like unity, no problem. It is very simple. Simply just can talk, say, okay, you want unity, go for your county, dissolve the cabal, we get them, then we'll go from there.
Correct.
That we'll get them.
Thank you, caller. Wonderful. Wonderful. What about I don't talk, he don't talk fine. It's simple. By the way, you see, as the caller talk, you don't talk, we're not there against person with sickness, not sickness. You know. But one bad thing, if person get the sickness, then it work as spreader. And as a caller don't talk, we not tolerate people where they work as spread AIDS inside Maryland among innocent girls there. You see, like how every tattoo they do one. No tolerate that nonsense. Because you already know say a life, you know get life will live. And what I see, it is say what general was them. The boy when I see even like public person, I can't talk. I collect money for come to. I don't talk about the come to Ayok Mafia. So the thing we talk about it in them as the brother talk before I bring up the next caller. Why don't you connect? Listen, our brother don't talk and say one way to give. I don't talk about this thing them, and I don't want to talk about them again. I'm gonna marry in Elen. They say marry Elen. Caller, just hold on. If you be general for Ganzoko, if you just you're following one day, one see message na every tato, just block the number, change it. No, just total that because that death certificate that. Imagine all general we don't get access with don't die. Cha. Big number, name them. Ivo, Ayeke. So what do you say? You will get contact or you will leave. Okay. I need to talk again. I get the call on the line. Hello, madam. Hello, sir.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, Mr. Nancho. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't get anything. I'm not getting much to talk. Just to tell you, say, thanks very much for the show for today. Yeah, you can just confirm from the last caller just call. With respect to the message I sent you and the information I sent to you, the last caller just confirmed that. So, and most of the other people the way they call, they don't spoke my mind already. So I don't get anything for talk. Just to tell you, thanks very much and more grace to your effort and continue being that our German still. The Bundesstahl. So du weißt schon wie the Bundesstahl aussieht. So. Yeah, so more grace and my heart continue with your hard work and stay blessed. Have a nice evening there. Bye-bye.
Danke. Thank you so much, bro. Wonderful. Yes, though about I don't call. You don't talk for German, for encourage me and for great Ambazonians there. Wonderful. So I will take now one more call for roundup today. And I don't be enough for over 2 hours. Yes, country people, tomorrow I did live again. We'll continue for this topic. And I will bring some special message tomorrow. Wanna keep the rendezvous with me. So do one no the call I don't call. I beg my different person you don't call because I get plenty missed calls them today. And I want to be fair. At least more take different person you never call. And then we'll round up. Now fellow Ambazonians, as I talk, Saturday 7 p.m. No miss 7 p.m. Amber time. You know I missed to read time with Mr. Nancho. I'll take this last caller. This one will be the last caller of the day. Hello, madam. Hello, sir. Welcome to Amber Voice. Hello. Don't lose that caller. Caller will come with a French number. I will already pick your call. I'll give you one more time for call again. Now, as I talk, this Saturday, you know I miss our show this weekend. It go powerful. And as what matter on Ambazonians, you know something? We must stand for our institutions and for our nation.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Welcome to Amber Voice.
Hello? Still online?
I still there online.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I want your contribution on this one, but I want you to talk to small thing.
Okay.
Boy, I don't lie you. No lie you. I don't wash up all the bank. All people when they don't call today to your radio to wash up with your ball boy. But that people they come nonsense you support them. To go for the fight, the same mood the power my brother they will please him. Only power land we are surely not for people. Brother, you know correct.
Okay.
We don't go to your show. When I'm Batman, I know I am.
Okay. I want to ask you. Hold on. I want to ask you one question. Okay. According to you, hold on. I want to ask you one question. According to you, all man we don't come from my show. Now bad man. Now only you now be good man because you can't talk say all man we don't come from my show. Now bad man. In your own logic that Abi. Some people are foolish. Person will come to say all man don't come from my show. Now bad man, now he be good man. Well, I will cancel that one. I'm not going to say that one. I call away we call for talk something. Now I just call for create distraction. So I will still give one room for one person we will call for round up since I will talk. So that one will not even count as a caller. We just say that one a Chris man, you know. Now put that they support people and they hate them when you tell them the truth. They hate them. Now, by the way, I heard some brother talk here about leaks. My turn or something. Well, I'll respond to that tomorrow. Not today. I know I make the show me over long. I'll respond to that tomorrow. So, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Ambazonians, great. I think this one will be the last call of the day. Hello, sir. Hello, madam. Lost the caller. Great. So please, I'm taking no more calls again. Tomorrow, on Friday, yes, and Mr. Nancho will come live for 5 p.m. Amber. We'll meet up tomorrow. I'm more grand Tori. So I'm gonna keep the date safe tomorrow and Saturday. Tori time with Amber. We get a strong panelist team where they can chakara Tori for Saturday. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Amazonians, I thank you now, and I wish you a nice evening.
We shall rest from this battle and sing our God praises. We shall rest from these troubles and give glory to God. We shall rest from this battle and shout hallelujah. Hosanna, Hosanna to the Lord. Hosanna, Hosanna to the Lord. We shall rest from these battles and give our God praises. We shall rest from these troubles and give glory to God. We shall rest from these battles and shout hallelujah. Hosanna, Hosanna to the King. Sing Hosanna, Hosanna to the King.
He is the valiant man at war, the mighty man in battle. He will give us the victory. He is the valiant man at war, the mighty man in battle. He will give us the victory. He is the righteous judge at court.